안녕하세요, 오기예요. 오기가 오늘은 슬레이더 프린세스라는 게임을 해보도록 하겠습니다. 재밌게 해볼게요. 자, 가보자. 어떤 게임일까요? 시작. 공주와 영웅.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
오두막에 있습니다. 오두막에 지하실에는 공주가 있지요.
You're here to slay her.
당신의 역할은 공주를 죽이는 것입니다.
It will be the
죽이지
end of the
않는다면
world.
세상은 멸망할 것입니다. 근데 이런 공주랑 사랑에 빠지는 설정 아니야? 아, 여기 글이 너무 많은데? 잠깐만, 우리 왼쪽에 가야 될까나? 여러분 일로 오세요. 아, 이거 고르는 건가 봐. 멸망? 그게 무슨 소리지? 애초에 공주를 가둬놓았기 때문에 공주가 세상을 끝장내려는 거 아니야? 아무리 그래도 공주를 죽이는 건 너무 심하지 않아? 나 말고 다른 사람에게 맡길 순 없는 거야? 됐어, 난 안 할래. 난 안 할래 하면 끝나는 거 아니야? 내가 세상이 끝장난다 해도 신경 쓰지 않을 거라는 가능성은 생각 안 해봤어? 이 일에 보상 같은 건 없어? 아, 그렇군. 설명해줘서 고마워. 좋았어. 군주의 목을 치러 가볼까? 혁명 만세. 조용히 오두막에 간다. 돌아서서 떠난다. 아니, 무슨 선택지가 이렇게 많아? 엄청 많다. 한 10개 되는 것 같은데? 딱 저 생각에, 제가 생각하는 대로 할게요. 멸망? 그게 무슨 소리지? 모든 것의 멸망입니다. 새도 나무는 사라지고 무엇보다 인간들까지 모두 끝을 맞이하게 되죠. 그러니 당신은 그녀를 처치해야 합니다. 공주를 살려두면 멸망된다고? 공주가 뭔 존재길래? 하지만 지하실에 갇힌 공주가 어떻게 세상을 끝장낸다는 거야? 공주가 왜 위험한지 설명하지 않는다면 난 죽이지 않겠어. 그 말에 증거는 있어? 애초에 근데 왜 이 글자만 왜 굵게 처리해놨지? 공주를 가둬놓았기 때문에 공주가 세상을 끝장내려 하는 거 아니야? 아무리 그래도 공주를 죽이다니 너무 심하지 않아? 나 말고 다른 사람. 뭐 아까랑 비슷하네? 뭐야. 일단 오두막에 가서 공주와 대화해보겠어. 만약에 정말 공주가 네 말대로 생각하다면 내가 공주를 죽일지도 모르지. 하지만 직접 보기 전에 아무것도 단정지을 생각 없어. 오케이, 이해했어. 난 이거 할래. 내가 보고 확인하겠어.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
공주가 나를 거짓말의 구렁텅이로 끌어들일 거래. 그리고 그 거짓말을 들으면 빠져나올 수 없게 된대. 거짓말을 잘하나 봐.
Then each and every
그렇게
one
되면
of us
모두가
is
끝장이다.
doomed. So sure, go talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the
여기 있나
cabin.
봐. 뭐 성 같은 그런 데가 아니네. 오두막으로 올라갑니다.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses,
공주는
not
구해야
slay them.
하는 존재잖아. 죽이는 게 아니라.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
오두막이 들어간다.
The interior of the cabin is
오두막
almost
내부는
entirely
비어
bare.
있습니다.
The air
공기는
is stale
창백하고
and musty,
퀴퀴하며
and the
바닥에
floor and walls
먼지가
are painted in
쌓여
a fine
있습니다.
layer of dust.
보이는
The only
가구는
furniture
수수한
of
나무
note
탁자가
is a
끝입니다.
plain wooden table.
탁자 위엔
Perched
날카로운
on that
단검이
table
있습니다.
is up the blade is your
단검은
implement.
당신의
You'll
무기인데
need it if you want to
마무리하기
do
위해선
this right.
필요합니다. 단검을 가져간다.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
그래 들어가는데 막 소울게임처럼 보스로 변할지 어떻게 알아. 나를 지킬 무기 정도는 필요할 것 같다는 생각이 듭니다. 지하실 들어간다.
The door to the basement creaks open,
지하실로
revealing a
향하는 문이
staircase faintly
열리자
illuminated
계단이
by an unseen
나타납니다.
light in the room below.
아래쪽에서 스며나오는 희미한
This
빛이
is an
계단을 밝히고
oppressive
있습니다.
place. The air feels
썩은 나무
heavy and
냄새가
damp,
살짝
a
섞인
hint of rot
무겁고 축축한
filtering from
공기가
the
흐르고
ancient
있는
wood.
숨막히는
If the
공간입니다.
princess really lives here, slaying her is
죽여주는
probably
것이
doing her a
오히려
favor.
자비로운 일이겠군요.
Her voice
그녀의
carries up
목소리가
the
계단을 타고
stairs.
올라옵니다.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you.
속지 마세요.
It's
이
all
모든
part
것이
of the
그녀의
manipulation.
흉내입니다. 계단을 내려간다.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs
계단을 내려가
and lock
공주와
eyes with
눈을
the
마주칩니다.
princess. There's a heavy chain
공주의
around
손목에
her
걸린
wrist,
무거운
binding
족쇄가
her to the far
그녀를
wall of the
올리는
basement.
벽에 구속하고 있습니다.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
얼굴에 반하면 안 돼.
And there you are.
왔구나.
Are you here
눈건이
to
뭐야?
kill me or
날
something?
죽일 거야? 아직 결정하지 않았어.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
칼을 내려놓고 대화하는 건 어때?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
안 돼요. 해설장 안 된대.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after
영웅은
we talk to her.
괜찮아.
Maybe she really is a
대화한
monster.
다음에
Killing
결정해도
someone
돼.
in cold blood
그녀가
isn't very
괴물일지도
becoming of us.
모르지만 냉혹하게 죽여버리는 건 어리석잖아. 단검 단단히 줘야지 2페이지 나올 수도 있어. 1페이지는 순순히 대화하지만 2페이지 때 갑자기 등에 막 뼈가 막 삥 하면서 뼈 날개 같은 거 팍 나타나서 날 공격하면 어쩔겨. 그럴지도 몰라. 단검이
You
단단해진다.
ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
불쌍해라. 손이
Are
떨리고
you
있네. 설마
scared
내가
of me?
두려워? 두려워하는 게
Because you should
좋을걸?
be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a
아니
reason.
왜 또
right?
여기다가 자막
And if that
올려놨더니
knife is the
여기에
only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
오픈이 어디 있어? 네, 오픈이 어디 있어? 내가 이런 곳에 갇힌 이유가 있을 것 같지 않아? 게다가 그 단검이 너의 유일한 무기라면 꽤 가까이 접근해야 할 거야.
So, you should
그러니까
just
그냥
drop
칼을
it.
내려놔.
Best not
내
to risk
능력을
finding out what
시험하지
I can
않는 게
do.
좋을 거야.
She's unarmed. If you
그녀는
hesitate now,
비무장
it'll be too
상태입니다.
late. End
지금
this.
망설이면 너무 늦습니다. 마무리하세요. 아니 그러니까 왜 여기 있는지 난 알고 싶은데. 근데 죽이면 엔딩이지 않아? 단검을 떨어뜨릴 생각은 없어.
Then I'm not talking to you.
그럼 나도 대화할 생각 없어. 단검을 진짜로 공주를 노려본다. 기선제압해야
You
돼.
stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
눈 감는 사람이 지는 거야. 공주를 더욱 노려본다.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a
다른
choice.
선택을 해야
Can't
되는
keep
거야.
squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have.
이거 그럼 여러 번 할 수 있는 건가? 공주 죽여버리자.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts
그러나
as you attempt to
망설임이
run her
당신의
through.
사고를 방해합니다. 나 피부가 왜 이래? 나 뭐지? 나 용사인가 본데 왜 손톱이 괴물 같냐? 미녀와 야수 그런 건가? 그리고 몸에 털이 좀 많은 것 같아. 사람이 아닌가 봐. 왜 막 손에 막 이런 거 있잖아.
A moment of distraction and
잠깐의
hesitation is
망설임으로
all she
공주는
needed to
당신의
sidestep your
찌르기를
thrust
피하고
and deliver a
당신의
catastrophic
턱에
blow to your
막대고
jaw.
갑니다. 전투를 잘하는 공주인가 봐.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
부러진 턱에서 뼈가 갈리는 것이 느껴진다.
Holy shit, that hurts!
너무 아파.
Though she's unarmed,
그녀에게
the
무기는
shock of
없지만
that first
한 방으로
strike is enough
당신을
to stagger you,
휘청거립니다.
putting you and the
당신과
princess on
공주 입장은
somewhat equal footing.
동등해졌습니다.
Your blade slashes through the air
당신은
again
단검을
and again,
휘두르고
and
또
her fists
휘두릅니다.
connect with your body as
그녀
many
또한
times
당신의
or
몸에
more,
목번이
each
고치고
impact as heavy as that
와
first
맨지막으로
bone-crushing hit.
단검이랑 싸우는 거야? 대단한데? 대단한데?
We can still turn this
이
around.
상황을 바꿀 수 있어. 마무리한다.
You and the princess stare at each other.
당신과 공주
both
모두
gasping
지친
for
채로
breath,
숨을 몰아쉬며
equally
서로를
exhausted.
노려봅니다.
You probably
아마
won't make it
당신은
out of here
여기서 살아서
alive,
나가지
but you
못할
can at
겁니다.
least make sure that she
하지만
won't make it
공주도
out of
나가지
here
못하게
either.
만들 수 있습니다.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the
양쪽 모두 숨이
situation.
붙어있는
Honestly,
게
it's a
거의
miracle
기적에
anyone is
가까운
still standing right now.
상황이에요.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around
파열된
in there?
장기들의
If
고통이
the princess
느껴지지
doesn't do our
않나요?
friend in
만약
herself,
공주에게
internal
죽임을
bleeding is
당하지
certain to finish
않는다
the
해도
job.
내부 출혈로 죽을 운명이에요.
The two of you clash for the final
둘은
time.
마지막으로
You
싸움을
feel your ribs
이어나갑니다.
break as she delivers a heavy
그녀의
blow.
거센
You
주먹에
push through the
갈비뼈가
pain,
부러지는 것이
falling forward
느껴집니다.
and sinking your blade deep
하지만
into the
당신은
princess's
고통을
heart.
이겨내고 공주의 심장 속 깊숙이 단검을 꽂습니다.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
둘은 바닥에 쓰러집니다.
This was fun.
거짓말 잘한다면서 근접전 하니까 아무것도 못하는구만.
The princess gasps.
그녀가 숨을
Her voice an
헐떡입니다.
unhealthy rasp as her lungs
피가
start to
들어차기
fill with
시작하며
blood.
그녀의 목소리가 거칠어집니다.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to
생각보다
wonder,
쉽지 않은 상황이었어. 하지만
do you
정말
really think this is
진심으로
the
이게
end?
끝일 거라 생각하니?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
모든 것이 어두워지고 당신은 죽습니다. 뭐야? 끝이 아니야? 챕터 2로 넘어갔어. 호적수?
You're on a path in the woods,
뭐야?
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement
이거
of that
처음 나온
cabin
내용 아니야?
is a princess. You're here to slay her.
죽일 때까 근데
you
죽이라 해서
It
죽였는데
will be
왜
the end of the
처음으로
world.
들어왔지? 대화를 결국 해야 되는 건가? 이거 일어났던 일 아니야?
It hasn't. Or if it
일어난 적이
has, I
없습니다.
certainly haven't been a part
있다
of
해도
it.
나는
We've just
없었겠죠.
met for the first
당신과
time, you
저는
and I.
지금 처음 만났잖아요. 아닌데? 방금 전에
If
만났는데.
he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
싸움꾼의 목소리?
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
왜 내가 네 말을 들어야 하지? 이 모든 일이 의미가 있긴 해?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it
네,
takes to get you moving.
대답해드리죠.
Let's say
당신
for a
말대로
moment that
이게
this really
당신과
is the
저의 두
second
번째
time you've met
만남이라
me,
가정해
or at least
봅시다.
if you're back here,
당신이 여기
I'm assuming
돌아왔다는
you
건
died, which probably
당신이
only
죽었다는
happened
거고
because you didn't listen
아마
to me.
당신이 제 말대로 하지 않았기 때문이겠죠. 어린데 나 죽였는데? 뭔 말이?
We did our best with the
우린
information we
네가
were given,
알려준 대로 최선을 다했어. 그리고
we did kill
공주도 죽였잖아.
and yet you still died, didn't you? So
하지만 당신도
congratulations.
죽었잖아요.
You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of,
당신의 또 다른
what's the point of
질문은
doing
이
anything?
모든 일에
If you're
의미가
asking
있긴 한
that, it
거야
sounds to me like you're
어쩌고였죠?
making the rather dangerous
그건
assumption
당신이 지난
that your
행동에 아무
actions
의미가
last time
없었다는
around didn't have
아주
any
유감한
consequences.
사고방식으로 들립니다.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the
그래,
princess, the
의미가
princess killed us,
없었지.
and now
공주를
everyone's right back where
죽이고
they started. That
공주가
sounds
우리를 죽였는데도
pretty
처음으로
consequence-free to me.
되돌아왔잖아.
Yes, but in this purely
하지만 당신의
hypothetical
주장은
scenario,
당신이
that begs the
어떻게
question of
여기로
how we
돌아왔는지에
got
대한
back
의문이
here.
남잖아요.
Did time simply
시간이
rewind
저절로
itself,
되돌아간
or were you
건가?
instead
완전히
transported to a
새로운
different
세상으로
world
이동한 건가?
entirely? Had you failed to slay the
당신
princess,
공주를 죽이지
what would have happened to
못했다면
everyone in the place
당신이
you
떠난
left?
그 세상은 어떻게 된 거죠?
Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else
얘는 누구야?
matters.
싸움꾼 다중인격인가? 나는 영웅이 난 영웅인 거 아니야? 그런가 봐. 아, 내가 챕터 1에서 싸웠잖아, 공주랑. 그래서 이게 이 싸움꾼의 목소리가 생겨난 건가? 첫 시작은 영웅으로 시작했지만 이제 그 선택지가 싸웠으니까 싸움꾼이 늘어난 건가? 그리고 내가 이제 또 가서 뭐 어떤 선택을 하느냐에 따라 또 누군가 생기는 거 아닐까?
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
공주에 대해 이야기해보자.
Just be quick about it.
누가 그녀를 지하실에 가뒀고 이곳은 어떤 곳이야?
People locked her in that basement.
사람들이
And I told you
가뒀다.
what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
사람들이 왜 가뒀지?
overcomplicate
너무
things.
주먹을 많이 써서 가뒀나? 폭력을 행하는 공주라서 가뒀나? 그러면 이해가 돼. 사람들이 펴고 다녀서 그런 거면 왜 가뒀지? 그래, 너가 공주라고 했는데 그런 사람이 어떻게 날 팰 만큼 강한 거지?
Is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get
왜
to the
자세히
cabin,
설명 안
and you'll
해줘,
be fine.
해설자.
Oh, this is maddening. Why do
왜
you keep asking
말을
questions?
안 해줘?
There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
어딘가 수상쩍은데 숨기는 게
Told you
뭐지?
everything you need to know.
안
Going into more
알려주네.
detail would just
의심해도 안
overcomplicate. What
알려준다.
else would we even need to know? We've got all exactly.
난 다 물어보고 가겠어. 지난번에 우린 서로를 죽였는데 또 그런 일이 생기지 않으리라고
Like
어떻게
I said, if she
확신하지?
killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her. Don't trust her. Just go in.
그럼
do
당신이
your
제
job
말을
and
듣지
save the
않았기
world.
때문이라고? 대화하지 말고 믿지 말고 할 일을 하고 대화하지 말래. 대화하지 말라고? 그냥 바로 그럼 나 시킨 대로 해본다 뭐. 알았어.
Great. Now,
나 시킨 대로 해본다. 나 진짜
a warning before you go any further.
뭐
She will lie. She will cheat. and she will do
오케이,
everything in her
알았어.
lying and
난
cheating doesn't
누군가
sound
길을
like her at
막았어.
all. Not that it matters.
오케이.
Are you sure about
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what the princess will do
공주
and
나가기
say,
위해서는
whatever
무슨
she thinks it
짓을
will
할
take to
테니
get
믿지
her out
말라.
of there?
알았어, 나 둘 다
Crystal.
믿을게.
Let's just get on with it already.
오케이. 나만 믿어. 나 완전 피도 눈물도 없는 차가운 얼음 심장이 돼.
The cabin is tighter than its
아까랑 좀
exterior would
다른 것
suggest.
같기도 하고.
Its
원래
cold
이랬나?
stone walls press in on
문이라면
you,
그냥 문이
as if trying to
있었는데?
forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
달라졌어.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement.
거울이 있네. 오두막이 지난번과 다르군.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope
당신
this means
이곳에
you'll
온 적이
finally drop that
없으니까요.
ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you
그럼 다른
certainly
공주
haven't been
아닐까?
killed by the princess. So focus up.
뭘까? 거울에 다가간다.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see.
특별한 게 없습니다.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer
먼지가
of
쌓여서 내
grime.
모습이 안 비치나 봐. 거울을 닦는다.
You reach forward,
나
rub your
손이
hand against the
괴물이야.
cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
단검을 가져간다.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
검은 손도? 손톱이 길긴 했었는데 첫 번째여도 그러니까 일반적인 사람의 모습은 아닌가 봐 주인공이.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase.
계단을
Its
내려가는
walls
동안
pressing at
벽이
your
당신에게
sides and tightening
좁혀집니다.
as you descend.
아래쪽에서 올라오는
The air
공기는
seeping from below
미완문제처럼
is heavy
무겁고
and oppressive.
답답합니다.
Her fierce
그녀의
voice
사나운
carries up
목소리가
the
들립니다.
stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
이번엔 절대 넘어가지 않겠어.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm,
싸움에
just
너무
make sure you
정신
don't let your
팔지
bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay
목적에 집중하고
focused and
빠른
keep your wits
판단력을
about you.
유지하여.
Remember,
당신은
you're here to
공주를
slay the
죽이기 위해 온
princess,
거지
not to have a
쌈박질이나
good
하러 온 게
fight.
아니라고요.
As you descend the final step,
아크마야?
the form of the princess comes into
아크마인데?
view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been
또
hoping you'd find your way
너라고?
back
미아
here.
찾아올 거라
Good to see that
기대하고
death doesn't
있었지.
stick
우리
for
모두에게
either of
죽음은
us.
별 문제가 되지 않는 모양이야.
And you brought your
그
little
조그만
knife
칼도
too.
가져왔군. 좋아.
Yes. I'm going to have
넌
fun
자기자기
breaking you
부수는
into
일이
little
아주
pieces.
즐겁겠어. 이거 필요 없어. 그냥 시키는 대로 해야 돼. 그냥 죽인다 바로. 이런 거 하면 안 돼. 이거 하는 거 자체가 그거야. 물어보지 마. 그냥 바로 죽여.
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go.
간다.
Let's
제대로
make this
해보자고.
count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. You can feel flesh give way before a
당신의
sudden
단검은
impact
살을 뚫고
blunts your
들어가다가
momentum.
턱
Your
막힙니다.
weapon tightly
단검의 날이
lodged in the
그녀의
bone of
팔에
her arm.
닿았습니다.
She grins
그녀가
at
씩
you from behind
웃습니다.
her gun. Pull it out. We'll try a different
단검을
angle.
뽑아 다른 각도에서 공격하자.
No, we can do
아니,
this.
할 수 있어.
Just
계속
keep
밀어붙어.
pushing.
밀어붙여.
We're not gonna win
무기가
if our
팔에
weapons
박힌
stuck in
채로는
her
이길
arm.
수가 없어. 어떻게 알았지? 밀어붙인다. 단검을 뽑고 다른 각도로 공격한다. 뽑으면 안 될 것 같은데 왠지 불리할 것 같아. 뽑는 순간 이 얘가 순발력 좋아서 나 완전 공격할 것 같아. 밀어붙여야 될 것 같아.
princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the
그녀의
dreary
듯한 듯한
cave.
눈과 피약적인 웃음이 동굴을 채우고 있습니다.
Yes, you get it, don't you?
마루씨 계속 이거에 넘어가면 안 돼. 여러분도 아시죠? 막 어디 가는데 누가 말 걸면 계속 그 말 받아주지 말고 계속 밀어붙여야 돼.
Yes,
상대하지 마.
right. We don't even need to talk about it.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off
그녀는
as the
당신의
princess
자세를
pulls you into her
무너뜨리고
knee.
당신을 무릎으로 끌어당깁니다.
It collides with your ribs.
그녀의
You
무릎에
feel them
당신의 갈비뼈가
splinter, cracking
썩은
like wet
나뭇가지처럼
wood from your back.
부러집니다. 어? 무릎으로 갈비뼈를 부러뜨렸어?
As she strikes you
그녀가
again, you
다시
hear the
당신을
whine of straining
공격하고
metal.
당신
And then
사슬이
a
팽팽해지다가
snap.
끊어지는 소리를
It would
듣습니다.
appear that she's
공주가 풀려본
loose.
듯합니다.
We're fine.
우린 멀쩡해.
You barely have enough time to notice before the
하지만
princess
당신은
follows up
다가오는
and
공주를
smashes her
눈치채지
forehead against yours.
박치기를 당합니다.
Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still
튕겨버리는
wedged in her
손에
arm as you
힘이
tumble to the
빠집니다.
cold stone
공주의
floor.
팔에 박힌 단검을 놓은 당신은 차가운 불바닥에
I
쓰러집니다.
said we're fine.
우린 아직 멀쩡해.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it.
어떡해.
It really doesn't matter.
그녀가
Princess
팔에 박힌
glances down
단검을
at the blade
내려다보더니
embedded in her
고통스러운
arm.
기색도 없이
With near
뽑아냅니다.
total
You forgot this.
어떡해. 우리 이제 역공격 당하는 거 아니야?
She tosses it at your feet.
그녀가 단검을 당신 발치에 던집니다. 이게 모든 일이 일어났었어. 우리가 불멸인 건 아니잖아. 단검을 대고 다시 이건 컨셉을 확실히 해야 돼. 공격.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow.
당신과 공주는 한 번 서로를 공격하고 상대를 죽음에 이르게 하는 일격으로 변합니다.
Wait, does that
아,
mean
우리
we're
죽었나 봐.
dead? Or rather, about to be dead?
그녀의
As your
죽음이
blade
당신의
pierces
장기
her
속으로
sternum, the
들어옵니다.
princess buries her
당신은
fist into
무언가
the soft
터지고
meat
액체가
of your
뿜어나오는.
organs.
어떡해 이거.
You
얘
feel a few horrifically painful
어떡해
pops,
이거. 얘
a gush of
얼마나
fluid,
센 거야.
and it's over.
공략 방법이
It's
있는 거야.
finally over.
최선을 다했는데
No, it's not. We're just
우린
getting
이제
started.
시작이야.
But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin.
안녕하세요.
There are few better endings than that.
당신은 온 세상을 구했습니다. 오?
Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
일어난다.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself
당신은
back to
눈을
your
번쩍
feet.
뜨고 다시 일어섭니다. 살아났습니다.
Ah, I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her
저
heart.
여자는 단검이 심장을 정확히 찔렀잖아.
What about her? If we're
우리가
fine,
괜찮으면
then
공주도
she's fine.
괜찮아야지.
No, she's dead. She has
아니요,
to be.
그녀는 죽었어요.
No.
안 돼. 다시 살아났어.
Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I
내가
told
공주를
you we should
믿어야
all
한다고
believe in
했지?
her.
완벽해.
This is perfect. The princess rises from the
공주가
ground,
비틀거리면서
staggering slightly,
일어납니다.
one
한
hand
손으로
wrapped around the
자신의
hilt of the
심장을
blade
찌른
still
단검을
buried in her
단검
heart.
자루를 감싸고 있습니다.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
준비는 필요 없겠지? 다시 하자고.
She pulls the weapon from her chest,
그녀가
barely wincing.
단검을
and
아픈
hurls it
기색
at your
하나 없이 가슴에서 뽑아내고 당신 발치에 던집니다.
You know what to do. Again. But she came back.
하지만 되살아날 수 있는데 싸우는 게 무슨 의미가 있어.
All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming
보면
dangerously
알겠지만
close to
공주는 죽은
untethering.
적이 없어요.
She clearly
그저 당신
never
심장을
actually died.
길막혔을
You just
뿐이에요.
missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart. Oh, of course.
그렇지만 너가 심장을 찢었다고 말했잖아. 너의 입으로 마침내 끝이라고 했잖아.
Well, I guess I had.
이 녀석 해살자 이 녀석 너 똑바로 안 해?
You guess you had it wrong. Aren't you supposed to know everything?
너 전부 알고 있는 거 아니었어?
I never said I knew.
내가 언제
everything.
전부 알고 있다 했어요? 다시 궁금한다.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with
당신과
adrenaline
공주는
as your
들끓는
eyes lock across the basement
아드레날린
floor
느끼며
and
눈빛을
share a knowing
돌아봅니다.
look. Free from hesitation, you close the
망설임
distance.
없이
Both
당신은
you and the
거리를
princess
좁히고
aiming to
둘은 서로
end each
끝장낼
other.
채비를 합니다.
Your blade digs into her neck,
으악!
grinding against her vertebrae as
당신의
her fist
당근이
connects with your
그녀의 몸을
body.
깊숙이
The
찌르고
impact forces the
촉촉뼈를
air from your lungs,
가라앉음과
stars
동시에
dancing in
그녀의
front of your
주먹이
eyes as you fail to
당신의
keep your
몸을
bearings.
닿습니다. 그 충격이 당신의 폐에 남은 공기를 빼내고 눈앞에 별이 떠다닙니다.
You both collapse to the ground
둘 다
before
쓰러졌어.
either of you has a chance to survey the damage. And then we get up.
일어난다.
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More.
혼줄 죽인다.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
둘 다 무승부의 느낌인가 봐. 와, 이거는 심한데?
And then you get up and do it again, and again,
또다시
and again,
또다시 또다시
and
또다시.
again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
하지만 그는 목소리의 질문에 대답하지 않는다. 그는 사라졌다. 해설자 사라졌어?
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is...
뭘 기다려? 난 여기 있잖아. 넌 이게
What is this place?
여긴 어디지?
Did we do this?
뭐야?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right. It's the end of the world, isn't it?
이게 세계의
It's the end of
멸망이고
everything.
모든 것의 끝이야.
Far from it. We're still here.
아니야, 우린 아직 여기
She's
있어.
still
공주도
here
여기
too.
있고. 공주가 비틀거린다. 어깨를 축 늘어뜨린다.
I feel so... tired.
굉장히 피곤해. 침묵을 유지한다. 뭐야? 손이 왜 이렇게 많아? 뭐야? 당신은 대답하지 않는다. 무언가가 그녀를 데려갔다. 그 자리에 무언가를 남겼다. 이거 잊고 있던 거울이잖아.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
거울에 다가간다.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
안 돼, 다가가야 돼. 당신은 거울에 다가간다. 뭐 튀어나오는 거 아니야?
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
당신이 다가가자 목소리를 자꾸 멀게 느껴진다. 거울에 비친 당신을 바라본다. 당신의 소면포차 침묵이 내린다. 모두들 사라졌다. 하지만 거울은 그대로 있다. 거울에 무엇이 있는지 확인할 테다. 당신이다. 나 아쿠마인가? 뭐야? 무섭게 생겼네. 당신은 텅 빈 공간에 혼자 서 있다. 고요하다. 오두막에 간다. 당신은 오두막에 있다.
Something finds me in the long quiet.
전막에 있는 저를
and
찾아와
brings me
이
the
연약한
gift
그릇을
of a
선물해
fragile vessel.
주셨군요. 지퍼부차이가 공격한다. 미안. 나는 컨셉에 충실해야 돼. 당신은 집합체를 배려하지만 아무 일도 일어나지 않는다.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight.
저의 뿌리는
We
눈에
cannot
보이지
harm
않는
each other as we are now.
저 너머의 대양에 자리 잡고 있어요. 우리는 서로 해칠 수 없어요. 너 무엇이지?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
빛이래. 난 사람이야. 근데 난 사람 아니었는데. 넌 내가 뭐라고 생각해?
I think that you are like me.
당신은 저와 비슷하다고 생각해요. 얘가 빛이면 나는 어둠인가? 뭐지? 거울에 비친 모습은 그렇게 뭔가 정상적인 사람의 모습 같진 않았어. 얘가 스스로 빛이라고 한다면 난 어둠이요?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
대왕이었으나 얕은 개울로 줄어버린 존재. 이게 세상의 멸망이니?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
연약한 그릇이 뭐야?
Yes.
그릇은 바깥
Nerves
세상을
and
경험하는
fibers to
저의
feel the
감각이죠.
worlds beyond.
제가 세상을 바라보는 관점들이
Perspectives to make my own. This one yearns to
이
grow
그릇은
and
성장과 투쟁에
struggle.
대한 열망, 본인이
Even
저와
now I feel the
한몸이었던 것을
wind pushing against
자각하지
mine.
못한 채 이
Not
순간까지도 저를
realizing
밀어내려는
that we
의지를
are
보이고
one.
있어요.
She will
하나는
make for a fierce heart.
심장이 되고 있군요.
Do not mourn
그녀를
her.
애도하지는 말아요.
We will provide her
그녀의
with the
투쟁에
growth
알맞는
she fought
성장을 줄
for.
테니까요. 이것도 거짓말 같아. 아 근데 얘를 해칠 방법이 없어. 스스로의 몸을 파괴한다는 내 몸을 파괴하는 거잖아. 그럼 챕터 3로 넘어가겠죠? 이제 어떻게 되지?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
무슨 말인지 모르겠어. 아무것도 일어나지 않는데.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe
당신이
her to be
망각하게
able to.
만들어줄 수 있어요. 당신 그녀를 믿는다면
Bring me more perspectives,
더 많은 공주의
so that I
그릇을
may be
가져와
whole.
주세요.
And perhaps then
그러면
we will
저는
know our
온전해질 수
freedom.
있어요. 그때가 오면 우린 자유를 알게 될지도 몰라요. 내가 허락하지 않겠다면?
Then we will be here forever, as we
그렇다면
are
영원히
now,
이곳에 그대로 있진
unfinished,
않겠죠.
dry,
미성숙하고
hollow.
메마르고 공허한 책. 돌아갈 생각 없어.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
같이 기다려준다고? 영원히 기다린다.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long
당신은
time to
지금의 저와
remain
같아요.
undone.
영원히는 미완성인 채로 남아있기 아주 긴 시간이에요. 마치 무슨 해변에 있는 것 같다. 그 데스 스트림이.
I am not you, but I know that I
저는
would
당신이
return before
아니지만
forever was
당신이
finished.
그 시간이 지나가기 전에 돌아오리라는 것을 알아요.
What textures will you weave for
영혼이라는
yourself
시간을
to
보태기 위해
occupy forever?
당신의 모습을
Will
안전하게
you
상자에
place the
담아
images
저장할
of
건가요?
you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that
그 상자에 담은 당신의
box,
모습을
will become another you
담는다면
in another
다른
world.
세계에서 다른
An
모습의
imaginary
당신을
pattern
불러올 수 있다고
repeating itself
생각하나요?
until it can no longer
결국에
bear the
당신이
weight
만든
of its
모습은
hand-drawn cage.
한없이 반복된다 스스로의 손으로 그린 세 장의 무게를 더 이상 견딜 수 없게 될 거예요. 네가 뭔데 나를 판단해?
You'll always come back to
당신은
the
결국
box
그 상자로
because
돌아오게
you'll
되어
always
있어요.
want to know what it
당신은
means
자신의
to be
정체를 알고
you.
싶어 하니까요.
I will be here
당신이
waiting by
돌아올
your
때까지
side
전 여기서
until
기다릴게요.
you're ready to return to mine.
너? 뭐야? 꺼지는 엔딩이야? 꺼져버렸는데? 오? 가끔 이런 게임들 있긴 해. 막 뭔가 선택에 따라 게임
You
꺼지는
have
게임.
returned to me.
와!
Though you were gone mere moments,
세상에.
I never left your side.
돌아왔군요. 짧은 시간 동안이었지만 전 당신 곁을 떠나지 않았어요. 선택지가 이제는 없어. 너의 조각들을 얼마나 더 찾아야 되지?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
내가 널 죽일 방법을 찾을까봐 두렵지 않니?
I have not lived.
살아있음을
afraid to
모르는
die.
저는 죽음 또한 두렵지 않아요. 난 어디까지 잊어버리게 되지?
Everything. Until we meet again.
모든 걸 잊는다. 난 공주를 죽여달라 부탁받았는데 내가 널 도우면 넌 세상을 파괴할 거니?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
널 도우면 어떤 걸 할 생각이야?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
좋아, 있게 해줘.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
조금 무서웠어. 뭐야, 갑작스러운 소리. 모든 것이 없어지고 당신은 죽는다. 다시 챕터 1? 공주와 영웅?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin,
대화를 나눠야 되나 봐.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
애초에 공주를 가둬놓았기 때문에 끝장내는 거
While
아니야?
I appreciate the mental exercise we are running up against,
얘는 뭐
bit of a
물어도
sticking
제대로 답변을 안 해줄 것 같은데?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
이 일에 보상은 없니?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
어떤 보상이지?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward.
와, 뭔지 안
Just for
알려줘?
you.
뭔지
Whatever
알려줘야지
you think it might be.
열심히 하지.
I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
돌아서
Seriously?
떠난다.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
아무튼 네가 가라는 곳엔 가지 않아. 오두막 말이야. 오두막에 가지 않을 거야.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
왜 이렇게 계속
How
오게 되나
convenient.
봐.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
다시 한 번만 더
Really
보자.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job,
야, 내가 왜 이기적이니? 나한테 이런 일을 맡기는 게 이기적인 거야. 다른 사람이나 다른 영웅들이 할 수도 있는 건데 왜 이 세상을 내가 꼭 구해야 되는 거니? 나한테 책임을 다 묻는 것도 다른 관점에서 이기적일 수 있는 거야. 왜 나만 이기적이니? 조용히 돌아가.
your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation.
아 그래? 그럼 다시 다른 방향으로 가지 뭐. 이곳에서 나갈 방법을 찾을 때까지 숲속을
There's
헤매도록
always a
할 거야.
choice. Let me tell you right now that you're
당신의
making
선택권이
the wrong one for
있지만
pretty much
살아있는
everyone who's
모든
ever
사람과
lived, as well
앞으로
as for
살아갈
everyone
모든
who ever
사람들이
will.
저버리는 아주 잘못된 결정. 그게 왜 나한테 주어지냐고. 그게 왜 나한테 주어지냐고. 내가 못했냐고. 나 아무것도 아닌데. 이야, 내가 못했냐고.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts
뭔가
to happen.
이상한 일이 생긴다.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that
안
those
돼!
flickers weren't just
오두막 왜
a
이렇게
trick
많아졌어?
of light.
아니면 나 지금 뭔가 최면에 걸려있는 거니까? 이게 해설자가 최면 거는 분인 거야.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do
왜냐면
whatever you
당신은
can to
세상을
shirk your
구하는
responsibility
것보다도 저를
because you
화나게
care
하고 싶어
more about
하니까요.
irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all.
당신
You know
덕분에
that.
끝났어요. 알고
Of
있죠?
course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander
알고
off into the
있으니까
forest in search
이런
of
거잖아요.
certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost
얼마나
in the
시간이
woods really
지났든
matters, because it isn't
상관없습니다.
long before
세상은
the world
멸망을
ends
맞이하고
and
모두가 죽을
everyone
테니까요.
dies.
오, 투! 낯선 존재.
You're on a path in the woods.
당신은
And at the
숲속의
end of
길을
that
걷고
path
있습니다.
is a cabin.
오두막이 있고 공주가 있죠.
You're here to slay her.
죽이지 않으면
If you
세상을
don't.
못 망합니다. 거짓말. 뭐 알았어. 아 이거 될 때까지 시키는 것 같은데. 뭐
You know
알았어.
I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
들켰네.
A warning.
아니 여기
before you
벽이
go
생겼어.
further. She will lie. She will.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her.
반항심? 아
Maybe
내가
it
반항해서
isn't a
그런가
liar.
봐. 내가 안 갔잖아 방금 전에.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
가자. 아이 평생
Cat
이럴 거야.
interior is wrong. a confusing patchwork of many
어,
cabin
여기 뭐
interiors,
바닥이
all projected
뚫렸네.
across what's almost the same
거울이
space.
있고.
But it's all shifted, an inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table. It's the blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it.
그래,
and throw it out the
단검으로는
window.
공주 상대
Good as a
못해.
knife against a
얼마나
world-ending
센지
monstrosity
주먹으로
anyway.
내 백불나는 뚫고 무릎으로 내 갈비 뽑쏘는 그 여잔데 이걸로 되겠니? 엄청난 검을 가져야 될 거 10강짜리 검.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We
무기는
have
의미가
literally
없어.
no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple? You can't just say that. Listen to me. My job is to if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. Oh,
우리가 자신을 잃으면 어떻게 되는데?
Because you're going to
그럴 리
pull
없어요.
yourself
당신
together.
정신을 차릴 테니까요.
Just ignore the stressful
평정심을
geometry
유지하세요.
and how, even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay.
안 해서 조용히 목소리가 나
I'm
이제
fine.
들어가게.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for
조용히 해,
you to
조용히.
complete.
지하실에 들어간다. 검은 가져가지
The door
않아요.
to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of
계단이
branching
너무
staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused
어디야
you
진짜
get.
계단.
Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, a kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending
두껍고
together of
역겨운
every scent there
공기에
is at once.
냄새는 메스껍대.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a
그녀의
disquieting
목소리가
collage
계단을
of
타고
tone and
올라온다.
personality drags.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like, we don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but
그래,
forward.
도망가고
And
답이
whatever
없어.
choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
왼쪽에 거친 계단, 중앙의 계단, 오른쪽에 부드러운 계단. 아, 뭘까? 오른쪽에 부드러운 게.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your
계단
heels from one
괜찮대요.
step directly to the next. But the further you go,
하지만
deeper
더
you sink in.
갈수록 더 깊이
First, it's like a
빠져들고
lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely
처음에는
hitting any
카페트
resistance at all.
같았지만
But soon enough, you're
이게
fighting just to
점점
keep your
발이
knees from sinking out
빠지나
of
봐.
sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
유혹한데
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
와, 이거 처음인데? 뭐지?
time disappears.
시간이 사라지고
You can
자신의
feel
묻는 마음이
yourself begin to
풀려나갑니다.
untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish. Until the only things
그림이
experienced are the
단순해지고 있어.
endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. Consumption and betrayal. Skepticism and blind devotion.
학예와 배신,
Rivalry
의심과
and
헌신,
submission. Terror
투지와
and longing.
복종,
Pain
두려움과
and
그리움,
unfamiliarity.
고통과 낯설음,
And at the heart of it all,
모든 것의 심장부에 있는 감정을 말로 표현할 수 없습니다.
Are you okay?
어?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness,
당신의
watches
인물을
you
잊지
impatiently
마세요.
from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not
그래,
sure
대화를
if we should
해보자.
trust you.
이름이 뭐지?
You can call me Princess if you'd like.
원하신다면 공주라고 불러도 좋아요. 자, 야, 이 뭐야? 공주? 뭐야, 화환이 왜 이렇게 변했어?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if
공주가
she
다시
fractures.
이루어져 한
Where there was
명이었던
once just
공주가
one of
두 명이
her.
되었습니다.
There is no... We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again.
다시 하나로 되돌려놓을 순 없어?
Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah,
우린
we've
이곳에 어떤
been
적이
here
있어.
before,
하지만
but
오두막에
we never
들어가진
went to the
않았지.
cabin. We just
우린 그냥
turned around and
돌아가서
left.
떠났고 그러자
Until it's hard to describe. Until the
똑같은
only thing
오두막이
we could
눈에
see
가득 들어올
was the
때까지
same cabin
분열했다고
going
해야
on
하나?
forever. And then
그
you
다음
told us
넌
that the
세계가
world ended and
멸망했다고
we
했고 우린
died.
죽었어. 그리고
And then we
다시
woke up and
일어나고
it seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
이거는 세계 한꺼번에 이네? 뭐야? 널 풀어줄게.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your
아이,
foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself
당신 자신이
rupture.
파열하고
The
있음을
room
느낍니다.
spins, your
방이
perception
빙빙 돌고
multiplying in a sickening
셀 수 없이
kaleidoscope
많은
as your
방향으로
very self is
잡아서
pulled in
당기신 듯이
incomprehensibly many directions.
당신의 시점을 오지랖 망원경처럼 분열합니다.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All
그
at once
순간
you use it to strike her
단검이
bindings as
주어집니다.
you remain upstairs
당신
and slay
공주를
her, leave her
죽이고자
to languish alone.
단검을 들고 돌진함과 동시에 풀어주고자 단검으로 사슬을 끊습니다.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't...
하지만 이건 우리는
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
뭐야?
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the
이건
same time? It's the
재미없어.
same. Luckily for all of us, nothing and
세계와
everything doesn't
공주는
go on
점차
forever.
자기 새끼에 무너지기
The world
시작.
and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
뭐야? 달라붙었나?
I think he's gone.
해설자 녀석이 사라졌어.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us
우린
that are
누구지?
dead. They just don't fit.
우리 중 일부는 죽어있고 일부는 살아있어. 그리고 다른 것들은 맞지 않아요.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong.
목달이
It's all
잘못된
so
공간에서
uncomfortable.
움직이는 게 느껴져요. 불쾌하기 짝이었군.
Did you do this?
당신이 한
Did we do
건가요?
this? Can
혹시
you
돌려놓아줄 수
pick
있나요?
apart, fix them,
우리를
fix them?
고쳐줄 수 있나요?
We should help her. I think we did this.
손가락도 이상해.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
음... 아무 말도 하지 않는다. 아이씨, 또 가버린다! 하지만 그녀는 당신의 침묵을 짓지 못할 것이다. 그녀는 사라졌다. 기억이 되돌아오.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
괜찮을 거야.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that.
넌 조만간 또 보자. 괜찮을 거야.
Okay. If you say so.
나 한 번
trust you.
경험했거든.
You're not messing with us, right?
거울을 당한다. 당신 성장했다. 당신 또다시 정막에 와있다. 오두막에 간다. 그녀에게 다가간다.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement.
전 더
I
나은
am
존재가
more than I was
되었어요.
before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
이렇게 변하니 기분이 어때?
Eyes close in
전
reflection.
성찰이에 눈을 감고 있어요.
Perspectives melt together,
저의
and the breadth
감정은
of my
합쳐지고
experience
경험을 포괄
stretches to
새로운
new
곳을 향해
corners.
나아가고 있어요.
There are
저의
contradictions,
내면에는 모순과 갈등이
conflicts in my
있지만
nature,
모든
and
것을
there are
하나로 묶는
familiarities that
칠석함
bind
또한
everything together.
존재하죠.
It feels correct.
조각이
This
들어가는
is what I
느낌.
need to be.
이것이 제게
This
필요한
is the
것.
only path
제가 가야
forward.
할 길이에요. 마치 그거 같아. 저는 떡볶이예요. 저는 떡볶이이기도 하면서 순대이기도 하죠. 저는 순대이지만 오뎅 국물이기도 해요. 이 모든 것은 분식이라고 할 수 있죠. 뭐 약간 그런 식으로 말하는 거. 나 어떻게 이해할지 모르겠어. 난 널 해치고 싶지 않지만 여정을 계속할수록 해치게 돼.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them
그릇들은
you are
당신에
gate
대한
to something
기억으로
more,
빚어지지
and you are
본질적으로
something more
정막을
than
향해
that,
이끌려오는
too.
존재들이에요.
But they are only
그릇들에게
thoughts and
당신은 더 나은
perspectives.
무언가를 토하는
They are
뿐이죠.
not me.
하지만 그릇들은 생각과 감정들일 뿐 제가 아니에요.
The wounds they've suffered carve
그릇들이
texture
입은
around my
상처는
heart.
제 심장의 무늬를 새로
Without them, I would be
새겨요.
as I was before.
그것이 없다면 저는 그대로인 채였겠죠.
I would be alone,
감각이
and
없는
without
저는 당신의
sensation.
부재를 알지 못하고
I could not feel the
당신이
joy
옆에
of
있다는
having you by
기쁨
my
또한
side,
느끼지 못했을
for I would not
것이에요.
know your absence.
넌 저번과 같은 존재야. 얼마나 변화했지?
Is a child the same as an infant?
어린아이는 갓난아기와 같은
unbroken
존재일까요?
pattern, but
저는
every
끊임없이
vessel gives
반복되는
fresh
무늬이지만
perspectives and
당신이
carves new
가져오는
avenues of
그릇들은
expression.
제게 새로운
I
감정을
am different,
새겨요.
But I am
저는
the same.
다르지만 저는 같은 존재예요. 야! 어떻게 그럴 수가 있어? 다르지만 같다고 어떻게 말할 수가 있어? 저는 추워요. 그렇지만 더워요. 저는 커요. 크지만 작아요. 저는 뭐 약간 그런 느낌이잖아. 아이 뭔 말이야 이게. 보이지 않는 벽이 날 가로막았는데 왜 똑같은 선택을 할 수 없지?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless
경험하지
to us
않은
now.
길만이 우리에게 가치가 있다.
The only paths of value
새로운
are those that
경험을
are
계속
yet
줘야 되는
untried.
건가? 선택지를 좀 다 새롭게 해야 되나 봐. 넌 내가 만났던 자들 중에 나를 가장 친절하게 대줬어. 왜지?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I
당신은
know
제가
that
아는
isn't
유일한
me.
존재인걸요? 다음엔 어떤 걸 원해?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring
받는
them.
자에게 미리 알려주지 않은 것이 선물이죠.
My joy isn't seeing what you choose.
저의 즐거움은 당신의 선택을 보는 게 있어요. 잘못된
And every
결정은 없고
perspective illuminates my
모든
shadows
관점은
and shares
똑같이
some
저의 어둠을
secrets.
밝혀주고 있어요. 이 모든 게 끝나면 뭘 하고 싶어?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be.
저의 미래는 현재와
And every
다르고
exploration
저희
yields
현재는
new and
과거와 달라요.
complicated truths. I cannot tell you
제가
what
변화했을 때
desires I
제가
will hold when I have
무엇을
changed.
원하게 될지는 말씀드릴 수가 없어요. 그럴 때는 말이야, 공주야, 말씀드릴 수가 없어요 라고 그냥 그 말만 하면 되는 거야. 알겠어? 그냥 말하지 않을 거예요 이렇게만 말하면 되는 거야.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
저 당신을 알고 당신을 아는 것이에요. 이 모든 일이 끝나면 내가 널 죽일 거라는 거 알고 있어?
There is still much to be seen.
아직도 볼 것이
Neither of
많이
us know the
남았고
depths
우리들
of our
모두 우리
being.
존재의 깊이를 알지
Perhaps at the
못해요.
end of this, I
어쩌면 이 일이
will
끝날
be the one to kill
때쯤에
you.
당신을 죽이는
Or
건 제가
perhaps we
될지도
will
몰라요.
leave this place together
아니면
and find
함께
new
이곳을 떠나
horizons to
새로운 지평을
discover.
발견하게 될지도 몰라요. 그래, 가자. 당신은 스스로의 삶을 끝내려는 의지를 끌어올리지만 아무것도 느끼지 못한다. 수많은 손들 중 하나가 당신에게 뻗어와 부드럽게 당신의 여벌구를 어루만진다.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
당신이 있을 곳은 여기예요. 돌아갈 준비가 됐어.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect
그래,
on
또
what I am.
보자꾸나.
We will meet again.
그래, 새로운 걸 가지고 올게. 모든 것이 어두워지고 당신은 죽는다. 공주와 영웅. 와, 이거는 근데 엔딩이 얼마나 있는 거야?
You're on a path in the
이
woods,
도전까지 엄청 많은
and at the end of
거구나.
that path, you're hit.
알겠어요, 조용히 해요. 설명해줘서 고마워.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
우리 친하게 지내자 보자. 해결자야.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
가자. 이번엔 또 어떤 계단일까요?
The interior of the
평범하네.
cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your...
단검을 가져가자.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the base... Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
알아. 안녕?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so
당하지 마.
long since I've had
손님은
any
정말
visitors.
오랜만이네. 어서
Come on
내려와.
down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
아까
with the
단검 안
princess.
가져고 있었어. 그
There's a heavy
생활레기를
chain
있을
around
때.
her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the
근데
basement.
그때는 좀 다르게 생긴 오두막이어서 그랬나? 만약에 또 같은 오두막으로 오게 되면 가져가지 말아보자.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are.
날 죽일
Are you
거니?
here to kill me or something?
대화하러 왔을 뿐이야.
Then why did you bring a knife
칼은
with you?
뭐하러
How
가져왔어?
about you drop it?
내려놓고
And then we can
대화하는 게
chat.
어때?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and don't you dare? It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
단검이 떨어뜨립니다.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious
맞아,
clap.
아까는 단검을 절대 놓지 않았어요.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just Talk.
아이,
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an
관계의
awkward start to a
시작으로선 참
relationship.
어색하네. 여기 얼마나 오래 있었지?
Too long.
아주 오래.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
그녀는 믿을 수 없어요. 이름이 뭐지?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me
전화
as your
앞에야
royal
왕실의
highness.
예우를
Her
갖춘
Majesty.
친구라면
Any honorific
뭐든지
should
상관없어.
do,
왜
really.
망설을 했지?
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
관계? 지금 날 욕하는 거야?
Don't jump to any weird
헛소리 하지 마, 임마.
conclusions. We're two people who have met each other.
우린
By
처음
definition,
만난
we have a relationship.
사이고 그건 관계라고 할 수 있지. 내가 왜 널 죽이러 온 건지 알아?
Do you?
넌 알아? 들은 게 있어서 알지. 그걸 믿을지는 다른 문제지만.
So you're not going to
알려주지
share.
않을 거야?
How
당신이
pointless.
대화하고 싶다면
If you want to talk,
대화하겠지만
I'll talk.
이건 대화가
But
아니야.
this isn't talking.
어떻게 해야 너 여기서 나가게 할 수
You
있지?
can't. Don't bother.
못합니다.
I'm guessing you
당신
don't have the
열쇠가
key
없나
then.
보네.
I'm sure
어딘가
there's a key
열쇠가 있을
somewhere around
텐데
here, and if
만약에
there
없다면
isn't, well,
뭐
we can
그
always put
칼을
that
쓰면
knife to good
되겠지.
use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. She is.
팔
I'm
자르는
sure of
건가?
it.
대화는 이제 충분해.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
나 어떻게 할지 결정했어?
You know why you're here.
나갈 수 있게 도와주지.
Oh, you have to be kidding. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the
당신은
wall
힘껏
and give them a
당겨봅니다.
tug. They're large and heavy,
사실은 크고
far too solid for you to
무거워서
even
부술 수
imagine
없을 정도로
trying to break them
단단합니다.
apart.
If you don't have the key,
열쇠가 없다면
maybe you should go
찾아봐.
looking for
위층에
it.
있을 건데.
I'm sure it's
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chain somewhere
폐설자가
in the
가둔 거 아니야? 하지만 열쇠가 없다면 다른 좋은 생각 있어?
that would be fine. I can lose an arm.
상관없어. 팔 하나쯤 없어져도.
She speaks with almost
그녀가
complete
태연하게
nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out
당신은
of the
지하실에
basement,
나가려고
but the door
하지만
at the
문이
top of the
닫히고
stairs
잠금
slams
장치가 잠긴
shut.
소리가
You hear
들립니다.
the click of a lock sliding into
누구세요?
place. Is someone else here?
문을
You
열어본다.
try the door, but it's locked from
바깥에서
the outside.
잠겼습니다.
You're here to slay the princess,
일이
and you
끝나기
won't leave
전에는
until the
돌아갈 수
task.
없습니다. 어이 문 열어.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
침묵뿐입니다.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and
해설자는
you
뭐
won't
수상해.
leave until
내려간다.
you make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door
문이
slam.
닫히는 소리를 들었어.
They
너도
locked you down here
갇혔구나.
too, didn't it? The knife.
칼을
Pick
들고
it
내
up
팔을
and cut me out
자르도록
of
해.
here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
공주를 구한다.
Against your
Ah!
better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm,
당신은
just
팔을
above the massive,
자릅니다. 눈이 왜 이렇게
unyielding
커?
chain.
진짜 크다.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
뭐가?
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you.
당신을
Fierce
바라봅니다.
gaze meeting
맹렬한
your
눈빛이
eye.
당신을 마주합니다.
How is she so
어떻게
composed after
팔이
losing
그렇게
an arm?
침착하지?
It's
신경
like she
쓰지
isn't
않는
even
것 같아.
bothered by it.
Thank you. Now
고마워.
let's get out of
이제
here.
여기서 나가자.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
너가 뭔데 용납할 수 없어.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body
아니야,
steps
난 그러고
forward and
싶지
raises the
않은데.
blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
아 경고한다. 어우 경고한다. 여기 사이에 섞여 있어. 경고한다.
Stop that.
그만둬요.
I thought this was a little too
어쩐지 너무
easy.
쉽다고 생각했어.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back,
당신의 몸이
but the
그녀의
princess
등에
swiftly moves
단검을
out of the way
꽂으러
before you can
달려들지만
connect.
공주는 민첩하게 피합니다.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
저항한다.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you?
날 도우려고
see
최선을
the
다하고
conflict in
있구나.
your
당신의
eyes.
눈에 갈등이 보여.
I'll make this
빠르게
quick.
끝내줄게.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your
그녀가
rigid
다가와
hands.
단검을 뺐습니다.
Maybe I'll see you in another
아, 나
life.
이거 죽는 엔딩인가? 어쩌면 다음 생에서 또 만날지도 모르지.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
아니 이게 무슨 일이야?
Hope it was
계속
worth it.
계속 무한 루프야. 계속 돌고 있어. 죄수.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here.
오두막에 간다.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says.
의심의
Just go
목소리.
in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Did you just say wink out loud?
윙크.
No, I didn't. Wink.
윙크.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of
또
the
다른
cabin is less
모습이야.
a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight
지하
attempt
감옥?
to. The only furniture of note is the blade.
지하실에 들어간다.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Turns it against you.
Okay.
뭐야, 난 결코 결정할 권리도 없어?
Normally, yeah, but not about this.
그러니까 원래
Criminal
그
reflex.
원래
We take the
오두막
knife as we go.
아니면 제일 처음 나온 오두막 아니면 챙겨 가야 되나 봐.
Wonderful. You do exactly that. So don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on, the door to the basement creaks
돌리랑이
open, revealing an
나타납니다.
old stone staircase.
횃불 몇
A few
개가 기단을
sputtering torches
밝히며
attempt to vaguely
끈적거리는
illuminate
기둥을
your path,
드러냅니다.
dancing across her voice, harsh but controlled,
공주의 목소리가
carries
계단을
up the
타고
stairs.
올라옵니다.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She
몸에
looks up at
채워진
you,
무거운
the heavy collar
족쇄가
around her
육정한
neck
소리를
clanking
냅니다.
loudly as she moves. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
저건 내 건가? 하나는 왜 안 해놨지?
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
내가 딱히 뭘 할 필요가 없겠는데? 공주 앞에 앉는다.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
앉으라는 곳에 앉는다.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you.
고마워.
Now, what are your
무슨 일로 온
intentions for
거지?
me?
내가 뭘 해주려고 하지?
Let me borrow that knife.
칼이 빌려줘.
Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous. But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious.
해설장은
Though
넘겨주지
if she
말래.
isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon,
해설자는
the
내가
cons
무기를
are that
넘기면
she might use it to escape
공주가
and end the
탈출해서
entire
세상을
world.
끝장낸대.
And she
그럼
might
나도
use it.
죽는데.
That doesn't sound great.
장점은?
There are none.
장점은 없어요.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her.
좋아, 널 믿겠어.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the
아니,
world-ending
해설자
princess.
날 제어하고
Until
있어.
you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. Do you think this will work? Interesting that you're only having us remain in place. I don't know what you're talking about. The world ends if we fail, right? Her killing us might not be our only failure state. If you... I don't know where you're going with this. Yes, sure. I'm
난
insinuating that
지금
we could kill
우리가 스스로
ourselves.
목숨을 끊는
Ruin
방법도
this
있다고
whole
암시하는
thing.
거야. 전부 망쳐버리는 거지.
You wouldn't.
어?
I'm not afraid of dying. Are you? A little. You got your point across. Fine. You slide the
당신은
blade
방법을
across the
넘깁니다.
floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
너 또 왕 할 것 같아.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No!
눈을 감아야 될까?
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage.
소리 봐.
Last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh.
저기
So that's her plan.
속임수로군.
Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
아직 안 죽었어.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her
뭔가
eye
꺾이고 눈이
twitches.
꿈틀거립니다.
There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling
갔나 봐.
half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor,
머리는 바닥에
completely free.
떨어집니다. 목은 튕기며
It bounces
부르다가
a few
당신
times
발밑에서
before rolling to a stop
멈춥니다.
at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do?
Oh,
Can we put it
어떡하지?
back? Please tell me we can put it back.
그 뭐지? 미데른가? 걔처럼 엉덩이에다가 달고 다니자.
The princess's eyes stare up at you.
공주의 두 눈이 잠자코 당신을 바라보는.
Congratulations!
미미를
You saved the world.
미미를 가지고.
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof. You don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
널 계속 상황을 통제하게
I'm
만들고
just
있어.
eager to put this all behind us and
의심은
give
이제
you your
그만하시고
reward.
안심해도 됩니다.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team. Let's put this all behind us. So can
빨리
we leave?
나가자. 아 궁금하다. 둘 다 궁금한데. 우리 가져가자.
Ugh. Fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the
갑자기
first floor of
살아나는
the
거
cabin.
아니야? 막 살아나서 으잉.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you
열면
have
또
to
다른
do is
챕터로
open
가거든요.
it.
시작으로. 오두막에 떠나 보상을 본다.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
아 이거 세이브 있어?
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
아 그러네. 아 나 지금 이 부분이 핸드폰에 가려져 있어갖고 아 세이브 있구나.
Well played.
잘했어.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world
또
after all.
거기다.
Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me
날
up here.
데리고 나와줘서
I had to
고마워.
take it on faith that
널
you would
믿은
know
건
what to
좋은
do.
생각이었어.
I'm glad I was right. So,
이
this is the
바깥 생각
outside.
세상이구나.
Maybe it's just
내
my
몸이
lack of
없긴
body,
하지만
but it's
생각보다
colder than I
추운걸.
expected.
거울? 하지만 당신은 대답하지 못한다.
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a mirror?
거울에 다가간다.
This...
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but
하지만 당신은 거울에 무엇이 있는지 확인해야 한다. 당신은 수척해졌다. 당신은 또 정막에 와 있다. 오두막에 간다. 당신은 오두막에 있다.
I am a growing chorus of
저는
contradiction.
점점
A
커져가는
mass of
모순이자
tides ebbing
저의
and
인식을
flowing all
넘어설
at
정도로
once in
많은
more
방향으로
directions than my
펼쳐지는
attention can bear to
밀물과
hold.
썰물의
To
집합체가
look at any
되었어요.
one is to shift them all
관찰은
into
변화의
something new,
초석이며 관찰을
and to look
거부하는 것
away is to
또한
reshape
또 다른
them yet
변화를
again.
불러일으켜요.
All of me is changing,
저의 모든
and yet the
부분은
rest of me
변하고
is still the
있지만
same.
남은 부분은 그대로 남아있어요. 너는 모순이 아니야. 모순은 존재하지 않아.
And yet my
그럼에도
waters
저의
flow and my
바닷물은
streets
요동치고
bustle.
저의 거리는
There are no
북적거려요.
words that
저의 존재를
can describe me
부정할
into
수 있는 말도
non-existence.
저의 방대함을
There is no
제한할 수 있는
logic that can
논리도
bind
존재하지
my
않아요.
multitudes.
내가 판사 했는데 그럼 난 무지개 반사. 그럼 난 무지개 반사 하면 아니 그럼 난 슈퍼 매지컬 무지개 반사 하는 것 같아. 진짜 이게 뭔
I am everything that you have known me to be.
당신이 인정한 저의 모습은 전부 저이지만 동시에 저는 아무것도 아니에요. 어떻게 모순으로 존재할 수 있는 거야?
As easily as you can stand to be
당신이
you,
당신으로서 있을 수 있는 것과 마찬가지예요.
even if
당신은
you have
저와
chosen
비슷해요.
not to look at the
비록
corners
당신은
of
자신의
you that do
영혼을
not fit,
찬란함을 간과하고
even if you
있지만
have chosen to ignore the
우리가 한 세계를 두고 떠날 때 그 세계는 어떻게 되는 거야?
my perspectives are shadowed. You have
저의
seen what I have
관점은
seen,
장막에 가려져
just as
있고
I have seen what you
당신과
have
저는
seen.
서로가 본 것을 볼
The
수
angles
있을
of my
뿐이에요.
vantage do not
제가
offer me
세상을
hidden
바라보는
truths,
시점으로는
and my attention
숨겨진
is turned
진실에
inward,
다가가지 못해요.
except
그리고
when
저의
you are here with
관심은
me.
제 내면에 있어요. 물론 당신이 이곳에 왔을 때를 제외하면요. 내가 원하는 답은 죽어도 안 해주는구나.
Perhaps this will change
우리의
when
일이
our work
끝난
is
다음은
done.
달라질 수도 있겠죠. 아무리 다시 돌아가도 우리 둘은 매번 서로를 다치게 해. 그 사실이 널 변화시키진 않아? 더 나쁘게 만들지 않아?
It changes me, but it doesn't make
그것은
me
저를
worse.
변화시키지만
Nor does
나쁘게
it make me
만들진
care for you
않아요.
any less.
당신을 싫어하게
Does
만들지도
it make you
않아요.
worse?
당신은
Do you
나쁘다고
resent me?
생각하나요? 절 증오하나요? 나는 모든 게 끝나길 원할
It
뿐이야.
will, in time.
언젠가는 끝나요.
But you still have a
하지만
ways to go
당신에게 해야
before
할
we
일이
are
아직
done.
남았어요.
Know that I
아기가
hold
없다는
no
걸
malice
알아주세요.
for you.
그래?
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path. You're here to
것은 다시 시작하는 것을. 좋았어. 군주의 몸을 치러가보자.
That's
혁명
the
만세.
spirit.
이번엔
You
가지고
make your
나오지
way up the
말아야지.
short path to the cabin.
이번에 나랑 있는 건 누구지?
The interior of the cabin is almost entire blade.
지하실에 들어갔다. 이번에 안 가져갔어요.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
처음에 혼자여도 옆에
This
목소리가
is an
들리지 않아?
oppressive place.
의심의
The air
목소리.
feels heavy and damp. A hint of the
아,
rot
그가 두
filtering
번째에서
from the
생기는
ancient
건가?
wood.
아,
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you.
구해주러 왔어.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
근데 목소리에 포독함이 사라졌는데? 원래는 좀 약간 무서운 뭔가 기센 공주의 목소리였는데.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay
조용히
focused.
해.
Hi.
안녕하세요. 당신이 여기 있다는 게
Waiting
믿기지
for something
않고요.
like this to happen
나는 이 상황을
forever.
정말 영원히 기다려왔어요.
I hope you brought something to
이
deal with these
족쇄에 풀만한
chains.
물건을 가져오셨겠죠?
Don't do it. If she gets out of those
하지
chains,
마세요.
we're all...
그 전에 잠깐 이야기 좀 하자.
Okay.
이름이 뭐지?
Oh.
She pauses. carefully formulating her words before she responds.
왜 이름 묻는 거에는 바로 대답을 안 하지? 아까도 그렇고.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
그럼 공주가 이름인가?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself.
그동안 뭘 먹고 살았어, 마시건.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to
사냥을
eat,
먹긴
right?
해야 할 거냐, 그치? 내 도움으로 밖에
The
나간다면 뭘 할
princess
거지?
hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth or are
당신은
you looking
진실을
for the right
기다리는 건가요?
answer?
아니면 원하는
Because with the
대답을
dynamic we have
기다리는
going on
건가요?
here, I don't think the specifics of
왜냐하면
what I
지금
do really
상황으로
matter.
보니 제가 뭘 할지는 딱히 중요하지 않은 것 같거든요.
It's not like you
당신이
believe
날
me.
믿지 않는 것 같아요. 방금 가져오면 바로 죽이는 거 아니고
Thank you.
그게 있겠지? 뭔가
He turned
선택지가
back to the
있겠지.
stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
왜 그래?
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's own. Okay, if we're sure about this, you slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a
잘랐구나.
severed arm.
어떻게 잘랐지?
Its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
멍을
Your
해야
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
팔을 살펴본다.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the
공주를
princess.
쫓아가지만
She's
너무
fast
빠르고
and has too
거리가
much of a
너무
lead.
멉니다.
She slams
Oh,
the door
내가
behind
갇혔다.
her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me
With those parting words, the princess walks away.
공주는
Her
떠납니다.
quiet footsteps
당신은 홀로
eventually
이곳에
fade. It can't just
갇혔습니다.
end like this.
설마 끝인가?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently,
이밤이지만
I can't. You
끝입니다.
don't know how much time passes before the world ends, and you end with it.
오빠 아니요.
You're on a path. You're here.
지겨워. 오두막에 한다.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She don't
네,
worry.
기회주의자. 방금 나 기회주의자적인 행동이었나봐. 다시 돌아와서. 아, 뭐가 어린지도 모르겠어. 이거 그냥 어떻게
The interior
되는
of the
거야?
cabin is a mess of twisted
오두막에
roots. The
대고는
walls are
뒤틀린
chaotic
뿌리로
weave of knotted wood that,
엉망진창이다.
almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor, the blade is.
거울에 다가간다.
You walk up. What are you talking about?
거울 닦는다.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
그냥 그거 가보자.
No blade. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last
아까는
time when
강제로
we still
가져와
died,
줬는데.
but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
이번에는
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The
뿌리가
ceiling is thick
촘촘히
with
쌓여
roots, the weak
있습니다.
starlight from the cabin windows behind you. The air smells of dirt
흙먼지와
and
구리
copper.
냄새가 남고
Its thick per
축축합니다.
voice
카랑카랑한
skitters up
목소리가
from below.
들립니다.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
난 역겹지
But
않아.
you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that
너의
voice
목소리
as
알아듣기
easily as I
전부터 너의 발자국
recognized
소리를
your
듣고
nervous little
지쳤어.
footsteps coming up the path.
난 네가
I know
누군지
who
알아.
you
그리고
are,
무슨 짓을
and I
했는지도
remember
기억하지.
what you've.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't do you want to hear whatever you need to... Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark
이번에
room
약간
below.
공주인데 짐승이 발톱을 가지고 있네.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each
공주가 이미
other.
당신을 아는
Oh
눈치군요.
no. You've already been
당신이
here,
이미
haven't
여기
you?
왔었군요.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it.
Do you remember us then?
너
You
우리를
remember
기억해야
last
지난번을
time?
기억하는 거야?
No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly
점점
true.
만날수록 기억을
I'm just glad we
기억이
could put
커지는
all
건가?
this
점점
behind
기억하는
us.
게 커지면서 뭔가 깨달음을 얻는 거 아닐까?
Is it all behind? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can. Don't talk to her. You're just going.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
지난번에 미안해.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
알아. 지난번에 나 엉망이었지. 하지만 커다란 음모가 있어.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose
힘을
I could
합치자. 내키지
team up.
않지만 내가 나올 수
I
있는
need a way
방법은
out after
나밖에
all.
없으니까.
And unfortunately,
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering.
칼을 가져오지 않았는데 어떻게 풀어주지?
oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
몸을 잘라줄 필요는 없어.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her
뭐야?
wrist.
그냥 풀 수 있었어. 예.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to
근데
hold her
왜
cards close to her
그럼
chest.
자기가 풀 수 있으면서 왜?
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out.
좋아, 여기서 나가자.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her
너
back
먼저
on
가.
us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. Somebody has to. You're talking a lot about trusting someone.
야 아저씨들아 조용히 해. 빨리
cannot be
조용히
trusted.
해. 야, 왜 이렇게 말이 많아? 너부터 가.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
아니 속임수가
Just go
아니야.
first.
나보다 너가 더 쓸 것 같아서 그래. 그냥 먼저 가. 나오신 여길 떠날 수 없다고 했었지. 그렇다는 것은 내게 결정권이 있다는 뜻이군. 먼저 가든지 영원히 여기 남든지 선택해. 하하하. 나 올라.
That's right. You're
그래,
the one
너
who's going
먼저 가.
first. Don't worry, I'll be right
내가
behind you
지켜볼
watching.
거야.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels. Perhaps even a little. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown. But the princess is silent as you both
공주는
continue
잠겼고
the climb.
당신을 따라옵니다.
In no time at all,
얼마 지나지 않아
upstairs of the
계단을
cab.
땡이
Isn't that a relief?
다다릅니다.
We're fine.
우리
Nothing happened.
괜찮아.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door. Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and
공주가
piercing.
온몸에 무게를
The
실어
princess
당신을
clawing at you,
손톱으로 찌릅니다.
pulling you together. You tumble back
당신과
down the
공주는
uneven
뒤엉킨
stairs.
채
Your body and hers
울퉁불퉁한
crashing
계단에서
against the
굴러
unyielding
떨어집니다.
wooden roots until
당신은
finally
뭔가가
you both
터지는 것을
separate with a
느낍니다.
bone-shaking thud against the princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
공주가 멀찍이 떨어진 벽에 기대어 충격이 새어나오기에 필사적으로 숨을 고릅니다.
You're still in shock.
당신
Trying to get a
충격이
hold of
새어나오지
yourself.
못합니다.
She grins
당신이
as you
움직이지
continue to
않자
remain
그녀는
exactly where you
당신이
are,
다시는 일어나지
cackling
않을 것임을
derisively.
깨닫고
She watches
미친
you
듯이
realize that
비웃습니다.
you won't. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and
왜
you know
이래?
what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't. We were going to help her.
공주가 왜
Why?
그런
Why did she
짓을
do
한
that?
거지? 우린 도와주고
It's what
있었는데.
I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back
이렇게
to me
될 줄
after everything
알았어야지.
you've done.
그런 짓을 해놓고도 내게 등을 보이다니 뻔뻔하니. 서로를 믿었다면 같이 나갈 수 있었어.
You should have known I would never walk hand in
내가
hand with
너같이
a
역겨운
loathsome thing
것과
like
함께
you.
손잡고 나갈 리가 없다는 것을 예상했어야지.
By our very natures,
우리의
only one of
본성을
us can make it
생각하면
upstairs
계단에
unscathed.
무사히 올라갈 수 있는
Someone had
사람은
to make
한
the first
명뿐이야.
move.
누군가는
Better
먼저
me
움직여야
than
하지. 이왕이면 내가.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once and then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea," and then you would have done it, and it's just one problem. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she would, you're right, aren't you? I thought this. The princess's body twitches as
공주가
she tries to
일어나려고
get
하지만
up.
몸이 뒤틀립니다.
Oh, so she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is.
내 안에 무언가가
broken.
부러졌어.
Isn't that a
칼침은
cruel twist of the
피했지만
knife? Isn't
결국
that so
이빨이네. 너무
so
웃기지 않아?
funny?
She eyes you with intensity.
애초에 탈출할 수 있는
Silence
방법은
falling between
없나
you for a
봐.
long
문
moment,
밖으로 나갈
as
수
her
없나
gaze
보네.
travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
하지만 너도 마찬가지지.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal...
We're going to die
우린
together.
같이 죽을 거야.
Isn't that
저걸
a
놓치지
lovely
않아?
treat?
얼마나 오래
I wonder
갈까
how long it'll
궁금하네.
take.
구더기들이 내
Maybe I'll
뼈를
get to watch
가다가
the
먹는 걸
worms
볼
with
수
your
있을지도
bones
모르겠는걸?
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there?
그는 대답하지 않는다.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this
뭔가
place out
이상한
of
게
shape.
공간의 형태를 없애고 있어.
I wasn't feeling much of
원래
anything.
아무것도 못
But
느끼고
now I
있었는데.
feel
제가
She's gone. And there's
거울을 당한다.
this. If he thinks it's...
당신은 해체되었다.
There's a world beyond the
전망에
endless
끝없이
walls of
펼쳐진
the
벽
long
너머에
way.
바깥 세상이 있어요.
I'm curious to see what it means for us to
우리가
know it.
그것을 찾게 된다면 어떻게 될지 궁금하군요. 저 바깥에 실존하는 게 있을까? 우리가 실제로 존재한다고
We
생각해.
are real.
우리는 존재해요.
Nothing is an idea that
없음이란
dwells in the
존재의
absence of
부재.
something,
그러니
but
없음은
nothing
스스로
cannot exist
존재하지
on its
못해요.
own.
즉,
And because of
없음은
that,
존재하지 않아요.
Nothing can't exist.
얘 뭐지? 뭐 증명하는 그런 공식 그런 거 잘 쓰겠다. 네가 날 돌려보낼 때마다 난 혼자가 아니야. 내게 말을 거는 목소리들이 있어. 일부는 나지만 그중 한 명은 뭔가 다른 존재야. 난 그를 해설자라 불러. 그는 내가 널 죽이길 원해. 너한테도 해설자가 있니?
No.
아니요,
Their minds are
그릇들의
empty,
정신은 비어있어요.
existent,
존재하지만 계속
constantly
다른
shifting
것을
into something
변하죠.
new.
당신이
Do you
말하는
think your
해설자는
narrator
바깥에서
lives in
사는
the spaces-
존재일까요? 맞아. 그리고 그를 찾게 되면 난 그를 죽일 거야.
If he is anything
그는
other
우리가
than us,
아니에요. 그러니
he isn't
초피할
worth the
가치가
effort to destroy.
없어요. 돌아갈 준비가
The
됐어.
next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
다음에 만날 때 우리는 마침내 우리의 정체를 알게 된다고?
I will be here.
진짜로? 아까도
Waiting
이런
for
말 했었나? 무엇인고 해설자 하이.
And at the end of that, you're here. You make your way. The interior of the cat, the blade.
둘 다 해봤어. 가져갈까? 그냥 가자.
The door to the basement, her voice.
Hello?
This hypnotizing. Don't let. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging.
Hi.
한번 해보지.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
조용히 해
You're doing
해설자.
the right thing. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhat doubtful. Whoever locked.
열쇠가 없다면 다른 좋은 생각 있어?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work,
아, 이거
I guess we
아까
can
했던
always cut me
거구나.
out of them.
두 번째 거 했어야 되는데.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we attempted to make someone else. You make your way to the bottom. Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these chains.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth,
이게 있었나?
her teeth tearing through her
하도
limb with
기괴한
the
거 보니까 있었는지
determination
안
of a
있었는지
trapped
모르겠다.
wolf.
이거 있었어? 이런 거 없었지? 아닌가?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a
칼
sound comes
끄는
from
거는
behind you.
봤는 거
The
같은데
clang
칼로
of
끄는 거
bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
공주 파.
Fine. Against
아,
your
이거
better
봤어.
you cut
이거는
into
봤어.
her flesh. The blade is
이거
sharp,
확실히
and
봤어.
it takes her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so no. She smiles. How?
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that.
아니,
As
한
the
번 더 해야
princess
되나?
Wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
어? 공주를 죽인 다음에 그거 돼 있어. 아예 못 나가게 돼 있어.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
어?
Y-
저런
you know
말도
you
안
don't
했던
have
것
to do
같아.
this, right?
아까.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
좋아한다.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your
가져갔어.
infuriated.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
어,
It is
날 썼어.
agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
어떡해. 정말 죄송해요.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Whatever. She sinks the...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
아이, 이렇게까지 할 필요는 없는데. 아이,
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer, everything goes dark. And you die.
후공력.
You're on a path. You're
이 개자식.
my
너의 소리수는
tricks. What if he doesn't remember what happened? Yes, he didn't approve of us
어린자의
last time, did
목소리.
he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, what can I say?
오두막에 간다.
A warning. She will... I think I do. Sure. Don't pay... The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant. Its stone walls, the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing
아까
an
봤던
intricate
데인가?
stairwell. But it's still a stone basement. A soft...
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the prince. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember,
아니,
that
장소는
her
똑같은
charms
것
are
같아서.
all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
손목에
binding her
족쇄가
to the far
튀어 있습니다.
wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was...
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion.
We damned a whole world. But everything...
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds.
Horrible for you, maybe. But now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you We never saw a world end.
Are you listening to him?
공주를 구한다. 뭐 탐색하는 거 정도는 괜찮겠지? 지난번에 있었던 일은 미안해. 널 죽이라고 날 보는 해설자가 내 몸을
Another
조종했어.
version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She doesn't.
There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't.
공주
Rescue
구한다.
her? What are you talking about? Don't you know? If I... Because I'm not... Would you rather think... one of... Then let... No.
아우 아저씨들 말 진짜
can't
많네.
let you
아우
what?
진짜
Take over
어차피
our body
똑같아.
and force us to
계속
try and kill
반복하면서
her?
말 왜 이렇게 많이 하는
would if you
거야.
had a
아우
weapon.
진짜.
Not on my watch.
You.
I would... I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings.
You approach the
그냥
princess
뽑아주네.
and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't...
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
우린 떠날 거야. 뭘 하고 싶은지는 평생 동안 천천히
That
정하면 돼.
sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand,
공주가
the
당신의
last
손을
hopes of
잡습니다.
the entire
세상을 구할
world slipping through your
마지막
fingers
희망은
as they
무력하게 내
intertwine
동댕이
with hers.
쳐집니다.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening.
I will mope about it.
아 근데 이렇게 끝나지 않을 것
You and the
같은데.
princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in
누가
here?
문을
That's not
잠갔나요?
fair.
이제
We're
떠날
supposed to leave now.
시간인데.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand.
Are you listening to this? You don't.
I'm just along for the...
함께 한다면 열 수 있을 거야. 내가 열 수 있을 거야. 스스로 문을 연다. 어떻게 해야 되지? 함께 한다고 해야 되나?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
너 힘이 엄청 세잖아, 공주야. 같이 해보자.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door.
And...
The lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you
오,
kidding
문이
me?
열렸어요.
I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and
그러지 않는다. 아, 여기까지 하는데
you're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
오, 뭐 별거 없어?
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
안돼. 또 온다.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
난데.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
잘 가. 나는 의타를 만들어주지 못한다.
She's gone. Is that a... This year.
당신 아무것도 아니다. 난데모나이야. 야빨이 난데모나이야. 새해인가? 뭐야? 하지만 아무것도 아닐 리가 없다. 당신은 집중해서 본다. 그러자 보이기 시작한다. 거울에 비치고 오는 거 바로 넘어있는 희미하고 그림자에 가려진 무언가가 새해 같은데 새해 아니? 넌 나야?
I think you know what I am.
거울의 한가운데 금이 가기 시작한다. 유리에 비친 모습이 둘로 갈라진다. 균열은 점점 더 뻗어나가다가 결국 깨진 유리 파판이 되어 흩어진다. 넌 내가 공주를 죽이길 원했지. 이유가 뭐야?
Because among other things, she is death itself.
왜냐하면 그녀가 죽은 그 자체이기 때문입니다. 세계의 고통을 없애려면 우주 속으로 영원히 사라질 운명에 처한 수조기가 없는 생명을 구하려면 그녀는 파괴되어야만 합니다. 당신은 정말 먼 길까지 오가랬지만 제가 사라지더라도 당신이 아직 임무를 다할 기회가 남아있습니다. 넌 무엇이지? 나와 비슷한 존재야? 아니요, 다릅니다. 저는 메아리 중 하나입니다. 누군가가 당신을 창조했고 전 그 누군가의 남은 흔적이죠. 그리고 저만 존재하는 게 아닙니다. 분명 당신은 저와 같은 존재들을 만났겠죠. 내가 뭔가 질문할 때마다 조각이 부서져.
And if I were you, I'd be about your time.
또 부서지겠구나. 그녀가 죽음을 품고 있다고 했지. 그녀는 무엇이야?
She is the shifting mound.
그녀의 정체는 변화의 지퍼체입니다. 그거 아까 손가락 많은 여자가 말했었는데.
She becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
타자의 관점에 따라 변화하는 그녀의 본질 때문에 저는 죽어야만 했습니다. 하지만 죽은 자의 메아리는 관점이 없죠. 그렇게 메아리는 죽지 않고 버틸 수 있습니다. 내가 변화의 개념을 파괴한다면 그 이후의 삶이 죽음보다 나을 게 있어? 아니, 애초에 죽음과 다를 게 뭐가 있지? 오히려 더 나쁘게 들려.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the
순환을
tale
부술
was
때
right.
저는 그 전개를
You carry
보호하게
a part of what should be
만들었어요.
her,
당신은
and
그녀의
she
일부를
carries a
지니고
part of
있고
what should be
그녀는
you.
당신의 일부를
Things
지니고
won't be
있죠.
as they are now.
당신의 삶은 지금과는 달라지겠지만 아무것도 없는 상태는 되지 않을 거예요.
Besides, anything is better than
완벽보다
oblivion.
나쁜 건 없습니다.
In the end,
주원을
nobody
원하는 자
wants to
아무도
leave.
없어요. 추상적인 개념을 나보고 어떻게
With
파괴하는
some
거야?
amount of difficulty. But you're an
당신
abstract
또한
concept
추상적인
yourself.
개념입니다.
It would have been
당신이
preferable if you
구성체
destroyed her
내부에 있을
within
때
the
그녀를
confines of the
파괴했다면
construct, but
좋겠지만
when I shaped the two of you, I
저는
made sure
당신이
that you were
창조할
strong
때
enough to see
당신에게
things
충분한
through.
힘을 부여했습니다. 아, 왜 이렇게 많아? 이곳을 구성체라 불렀지 여기 뭐 하는
It was
공간이야?
supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was
원래는
done.
모든 일이 끝날
And
때까지
it was
당신을
supposed to guide your
가둬두는
hand to help you see
역할이었습니다.
things through.
당신이 이끌어줄
The
역할이었죠.
construct you're in exists in
당신은 이
every world at
구성체는
once.
수많은 곳에 한 번에
Anytime you
존재할 수
failed, anytime
있습니다.
you thought yourself dead, it would
당신이
restart
실패하거나
and
자신이
shunt both
죽었다고
you and
생각하면
her
그녀의
into a new
의식을
world.
당신과 그녀의 의식을 다른 세계로 옮기고 시작하죠.
But you're waking up to your true nature now.
하지만 당신은 곧 깨어날
It won't be
겁니다.
able to
더
work
이상
like
그런
that
식으로
anymore.
작동하지 않겠죠. 우리 무엇으로
Cycle
만들어졌지?
of life and death. The endless pattern of creation and
생명과
destruction.
죽음의 순환이죠.
I tore it in two
창조와
and shaped
파괴에
the
끝없이
fraying threads
이루어지는
into
거예요.
you and her.
저는 그것을 둘로 찢어 당신과 그녀를 나누었어요. 어째서 처음부터 전부 알려주지
If
않았지?
you actually knew what she was from the
당신
start,
처음부터
if you knew
그녀의
her
정체와 능력을 알고
capabilities,
있었다면
a single
잘못된
intrusive
생각
thought
하나로
could
세계를
instantly ended the
멸망시킬
entire
수도
world.
있었습니다. 그걸 지금 알려주는 것도
It doesn't.
세상을 멸망시킬 수
As you
있는 거
are now,
아니야?
you won't be able to will her into
아니에요.
anything.
지금의
You don't
당신
work the way a
그녀를
living being
변화시키지
does.
못합니다.
Not anymore.
당신 더 이상 생명체의 원리대로 움직이지 않아요. 어? 어? 이제 다 했나봐. 난 그녀를 죽이지 않을 거야. 너가 완전히 죽기 전에 알려주고 싶었어.
There's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my
나
piece,
신이구나.
and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
마지막 유리편이 깨지자 당신은 새로운 깨달음을 얻는다. 당신은 정막이다. 새로 태동하기 시작한 무한한 신, 그리고 이제 깨어날 시간이다. 이 모든 것이 당신이다. 오두막으로 간다. 마지막으로 한 번 더. 당신은 모든 것을 심장도에 도착하지만 그곳에는 마지막 그릇이 없다. 어? 그러네. 아무것도 보이지 않는다. 어? 어?
I can finally see you.
마침내 저는 당신을 볼 수 있고 당신 또한 저를 볼 수 있어요.
It's been so long.
너무 긴
And my heart
시간이었어요.
has ached
저는
for
이
this
순간을
moment.
애타게 기다렸어요.
I've missed you
당신이
dearly.
정말 그리웠어요. 메아리에 대해 알아? 우리의 대화를 들었어? 나는 정말이야. 하지만 그게 무슨 의미인지 모르겠어.
Names are their attempts to
이름을 짓는
capture that
것은
which
이해할 수
cannot
없는
be
대상을
captured.
이해하기 위한 애처로운
They call me
시도이죠.
the shifting
그들은 저를
mound,
변화의
a
집합체라
pale
불러요.
imitation of what
제
I
진정한
actually am.
정체를 담긴 한참 부족한 이름이죠. 메아리에 대해 들었니?
Every word you
당신의
spoke found its
말들은
way to
스스로
me.
저를
I
찾아왔어요.
know him,
저는
and I
그와
know
그의
his
구성체를 알아요.
construct. He
그는
is
스스로의 죽음에
deluded by
대한
his
공포에
fear of death.
잡아먹혔죠.
Pay him no
그를 신경
mind.
쓰지 마세요. 이제 무슨 일이 일어나지?
Ever the passive
당신은
player,
언제나 반응만 하며
always reacting,
스스로
never
행동하지 않는
active.
수동적인
But it's
자였죠.
woven into your
하지만
nature.
그것이 당신의 본질이겠죠?
When the echoes
메아리가
spun us
우리를
from
둘로
one
나누었을
into
때
two,
그는
he
당신에게
gave
선택을
you a
주었고
choice
제겐
and
역할을
me a
주었어요.
role to play.
저는 죽음이
I'm
아니지만
not death,
죽음은
but
저의
I
수많은
contain it
모습
in my
속에 품어져
multitude.
있어요.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring
당신은
about a
저를
world
파괴하여
devoid of
죽음과
death and
의미가
the
사라진
possibility
세계를
of
만들
meaning?
건가요?
Or will
아니면
you open
이것도
the final doors to our liberation?
아니면 마지막 문을 열어 우리의 자유를 쫓을 건가요? 저장. 이건 저장해보자. 이 모든 것에 대해 할 말 없어. 왜 나만 이 모든 책임을 지는 거야?
Of course I have a say in all
물론
of
모든 것에
this.
하고 싶은 말이
You and
있죠.
I share
당신과
reflections of
저는
each
서로가
other's
짊어진
burdens,
짐에 대한
just
감정을
as you and
공유해요.
I share reflections of
서로의
each other's
선물에 대한
gifts.
감정을 공유하듯이.
If we didn't,
그렇지
the winding
않았다면
paths
우리를
that brought us
이곳으로
here
이끈 그
wouldn't have been full
구불구불한
of
길
strife
또한
and conflict.
싸움과 갈등으로 얼룩지지 않았겠죠. 그니까 내가 뭘 하든 넌 이렇게 내 운명이었는데 그럼 내가 지금껏 한 일에 의미가 있긴 해? 이 순간까지 내가 내려온 결정들이 의미가 있긴 한 거야?
If you're saying that, it's
그것은
because
당신이
you
아직
don't
이해하지
yet
못했기
understand.
때문이에요.
But we
언어로는
cannot
이해를
use words
벗어난 것을
alone
이해할
to
수 없고
grasp at things
논리에
that words
반하는 것을
cannot
설명하지
express.
못해요.
And you cannot rationalize with logic that which violence and
폭력과
passion are
분노는 우리
dances
모두가
that
잘
both
알고
of us
있는
know
대화죠.
well.
그것만이
If this is what
당신을
it takes to
일깨우기 위한
enlighten you,
수단이라면
then
전
so be
망설이지
it.
않겠어요. 빨리 결정했어야 된다!
Your lover tried to stake into your body.
사랑하는
And
사람이
another,
당신의
and
심장에
another,
칼을
and
꽂아요.
another.
다시
Do I
또
listen to
다시
your
또
heart
다시
because I can't
저의
stand to
칼이
see it
심장을
go?
빗나가는 것은 제가 차마 당신을 바라보지 못하기 때문인가요?
But the stakes meant nothing
하지만
to
그건
you.
당신에게 중요하지
You had a
않았어요.
desire,
당신이
and yourself
원하는
had
것을 제가
desire
이루어주고
free.
제가
You
원하는
lifting
것을
me and me
당신이
lifting you.
이루어주고
Forever and ever and
영원히
ever.
신념에 사로잡힌
Consumed
우리를
by true
그
belief,
무엇도
there was
막을 수
nothing that
없었어요.
could hold us back.
난 폭력은 상대하지 않아. 폭력 멈춰!
But violence has
그러나
defined
우리의
the
모든
flow of
흐름은
everything
정의한
between
것은
us.
폭력이에요.
Do not
우리의 정체를
deny
부정하지
what we
마세요.
are,
그리고
and
우리의
do not
갈등을
color our
두려움으로
conflict with
칠하지
fear.
마세요.
A trick behind your
나의
back
뒤를
and a
노리는
trick
배신과
behind
너의
mine.
뒤를 노리는
We
배신.
dance, revolving
우리는
and
춤추며
revolving
서로의
around each
죽음을
other,
돌지만
but forever
영원히
stuck in
갇힌 채야.
place. We both
우리는
move, and yet
움직이면서도
we both
가만히
don't.
있어.
For each of
우리의
us
눈은
watch each
열심히
other instead
상대방을
of
감시하지.
ourselves. But forever is
하지만
not
영원한 건
forever.
없는 법.
I
난
move and you
움직이고 넌
react, and
반응하고
both of us break
우린
the
서로를
other.
죽이지.
But
하지만
broken
보통은
is only a
한순간이야.
moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above.
변화란
Would
위로
you limit
나아가기
yourself to
위한
what you are
잠재력.
now?
너는
Or would
지금
you like to
너로
see what you might
자신을
become
제한할 거야?
tomorrow?
아니면 내일의 너를 마주할 거야? 어... 이해했어. 우리 싸움을 계속할 필요가 없어. 너와 함께 떠날게. 어떻게 하는지 모르겠지만
Nothing brings me greater joy than
당신의
to
그
hear
말이
those
저의 더 없는
words.
행복이에요.
The final
마지막
piece
조각이
lies
당신으로
with
인해
you.
맞춰졌어요. 자신을 해방시킨다. 당신은 당신의 내면으로 떨어진다. 고대 생명체의 몸이 동면에서 깨어나고 당신은 한때 느끼지 못했던 팔다리의 감각을 느낀다. 그녀를 제외한 이곳에 묻은 것이 당신이다. 당신은 우주적인 규모의 날개를 느낀다. 그러나 유한한 땅에 묶여 뒤틀리고 구겨져 있다. 당신은 구성체가 당신에게 좁혀오는 것을 느낀다. 당신의 무한한 몸을 유한하게 만들려 하고 있다. 당신은 저항한다. 그러나 밀어낼 수 없다.
I love you.
당신을 사랑해요. 공주의 손을 잡는다. 일순간 밀리지 않던 장벽이 한꺼번에 부서진다. 당신은 자유롭다. 그녀도 함께한다.
It's magnificent.
굉장해요. 이 절대적인 현실을 표현할 단어도 생각도 존재하지 않는다. 무한을 향해 발을 내딛는다. 당신과 그녀는 수천 번의 밤과 수천 번의 낮을 향해 걸어간다. 그 밤과 낮은 수천 번의 밤과 낮을 품고 있다. 당신은 존재하고 이해한다. 지금까지 그래왔고 앞으로도 그럴 테다. 당신의 본질은 갈등을 품고 있지만 둘은 결코 떨어지지 않을 것이다. 두려움을 모른 채 살아갈 것이다. 당신과 공주는 마침내 집에 도착했다. 끝났다. 엔딩이 엄청 많을 것 같은데? 아까 방금 저장한 거 말고도 그 전 거로도 엄청나네. 만약에 반대로 했으면 어떻게 됐을까? 공주를 죽인다.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then... Your liver attracts stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
그러네.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set
네.
that desire free.
똑같다. 선택지가
You lifting me
똑같은데.
and me lifting you.
난 그 감정을 다시
Forever and
원해.
ever and ever, consumed by true belief, it never left you. You just need to open your heart to me once more.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us
To change is to hold the potential to right.
결혼.
but you say nothing. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone, but you did not live alone. You found me, and we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Called skepticism turned to liberation.
차가운 회의로 해방이 되었지만 그러기 위해선 성장의 여정이 필요했어. 당신은 성장했지만 당신에게 더 이상의 여정은 없는 거야? 모두를 그대로인 채로 유지하기 위해 그들이 나아갈 길에 주어가 될 거야?
And so your quietude continues. The masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief, a chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no... Is your unbroken silence a lack of an answer? Or has your understanding begun to move beyond?
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past, you feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a... Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulder?
Still, you hide the contours of your heart from me.
당신과 그녀의 갈등이 가라앉아 당신은 떨기 시작한다. 당신의 의지가 빠르게 사라지고 있다. 변하지 않는 것은 존재하지 않아요. 모든 것은 다른 것과의 관계 속에서만 존재해요. 불변은 없어요. 중심점은 없어요. 당신이 무언가를 없애기 위해서는 그것의 의미를 부여하는 관계들을 없애야만 해요. 당신이 지금 악으로 규정하고 파괴하고자 하는 것은 사실 당신이 선으로 규정하고 있는 것을 파괴하는 일이에요. 눈을 뜨고 우리의 모습을 받아들여요. 우리는 이 감옥을 함께 나갈 수 있어요. 이제 중인당 선택지네. 근데 떠날 준비가 됐다고 하면 아까랑 똑같은 엔딩 나는 거 아닐까? 죽여버리자. 난 내 안에 너의 일부가 있어서 존재의 의미를 유지할 수 있다고 들었어. 그 말이 사실이라고 믿을 거야.
Even now you think you can destroy me. If it takes all of eternity to break your delusion.
You don't have to face her alone.
싸우는 건 너 혼자만이 아니야. 이거는 마치 젤다의 전설이나 뭐야 언더테일에 나오는 그런 연출 아니야? 나 혼자만이 아니래. 여태까지 함께했던 나의 목소리들이 이야 이 목소리가 얼마나 반가운지 꿈에도 모를
It's
거야.
good to be here. You'll never be able to strike a decisive
이곳에선
blow from
결정타를
out
날릴
here.
수 없어.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it
모든
all
것이
began.
시작되었던 곳에 나의
I can
일부가
take you
남아있어. 그곳으로 널
I can take you
데려갈게.
to her heart.
그녀의 심장 속으로.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
오케이. 준비됐어.
Then let's go.
어? 어.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
거울 좋네.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, you know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he?
창문에 그 여자들이 있어.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this
오케이. 이것도 저장하자. 여기 너와 나뿐이야?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there.
나머지는 저 바깥에
jumbled up in the
그녀들
rest of
틈에
her.
섞여 있겠지. 해수장 사라지는
Yeah,
거야?
it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him,
그 녀석은
I
확실히
don't think it...
사라졌어. 그 녀석 때문에 가진 고생을 다 했지만 사라지는 게 좀
Is that why
슬프네.
you want to see this through and slay her?
단검을 가져간다. 지하실에 들어간다. 가져가 보자.
That's probably for the best. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have
우리
to draw
모두
it out
당신이
for
온
my sake.
목적을 알고 있어. 굳이 숨기려 하지
It
마.
sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she
내
didn't know
공주는
us.
우릴 몰랐어.
And down we go.
내려가자.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you
드디어
are,
왔네.
knife in hand.
결심한 거구나.
That sight brings me
그렇지.
back.
정말 날
You're going to
죽이기로.
do it. You'll have all of
일이
eternity to
끝나면
yourself after
당신은 영원히
this.
혼자일 텐데.
Why don't we chat a little
내가
before
죽기
I
전에
go?
대화하는 게 어때? 잠깐만. 바로
So
죽여버려.
this is it then. Let's see this through.
So,
결국
That's
이렇게
how it is.
되는구나.
whatever world you want to
당신이 나
build
없이
without
없던
me,
세상을
I
만들든
hope it works out.
그 결과가 좋길 바랄게.
Despite our differences,
우린
I've
많이 달랐지만
always loved you.
난 항상
And I
당신을
wish you nothing
사랑했어.
but the best.
당신에게 좋은 일만 있기를. 눈을 깜빡이자 공주는 사라진다. 남은 것은 당신의 심장 한구석에 자리 잡은 조그맣고 슬픈 약간의 무게뿐이다. 그 틈새는 거칠었다. 당신은 그녀는 당신의 일부를 지니고 있었다. 이제부터는 이전과 다르겠지만 그것이 아무 의미도 없는 것은 아니다.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
맞아, 돌아오지
Then
않아.
we did what we set out to do.
떠난다. 계단에 오른다. 그리고 오두막에 나선다.
It's quiet here.
조용하네. 바깥에 숲과 길은 텅 빈 캔버스가 되어 있다. 하지만 무언가가 더 있다. 당신의 고난이 맺은 열매. 죽음으로부터 해방된 세계이다. 자신을 해방한다. 고대의 생명체인 당신의 육체가 긴 동면에서 깨어난다. 한때는 존재하지도 몰랐던 팔과 다리가 느껴진다. 여기 있는 모든 것이 당신이다. 이거 아까랑 똑같은데? 우주적인 규모의 날개를 느낀다.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
심장을 열고 당신의 새로운 왕국을 목도한다. 이 순간 밀리지 않던 장벽이 한꺼번에 부서진다. 산산이 부서진다. 당신은 자유롭다. 당신의 앞에는 무한한 절대적 현실의 지대가 펼쳐져 있다. 당신의 손에 수없이 피로 물들인 고난의 수만 끝에 당신의 의지로 만들어낸 새로운 절대적 현실이다. 그러나 새로운 세계에는 더 이상 피를 흘릴 일이 없을 것이다.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
좀 다르네. 그 목소리들과 함께하는 엔딩이네요. 공주 옆에 앉는다. 둘 다 죽이는 엔딩이네. 난 신이 되고 싶지 않아.
Honestly, me neither.
솔직히 나도 싫어. 이제 어쩌지?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
같이 생각해보는 게 어때?
What if we tried doing this forever?
이제서 영원히
I can do whatever you
반복한다면
think I
어때?
can, right?
난 당신 생각대로 변하니까 그런 능력도 가능하지 않겠어?
So make me put it all back.
그러니 내가 전부
Make me fix
돌려놓게
the
해줘.
Echo's construct and make me
내가
wipe our
메아리의
memories of
구성체를
everything that's
고치고
happened.
다시 처음으로 돌아가냐고? 우리의 기억을 지워 모든 것을 잊게 만들 수 있도록 해줘.
Make me send us back to the
내가 우리를
beginning,
시작점으로
before we woke
돌려보낼
up,
수 있게 해줘.
before either of
우리가
us saw the
깨어나기 전
truth.
우리가 진실을 깨닫기 전으로.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
좋아, 그럼 해보자. 난 우리를 믿어. 되돌리는 것이 도움이 될까?
Fixing that is on you,
그걸
not
고치는
me.
건 당신
If you want me
역할이야.
to help them,
내가
you'll
그들을
have to
도와주길
make me
원한다면
help them.
당신이 나 그렇게 만들어야 해. 결국엔 여기로 돌아오게 될
And
거야.
if we do, nothing
그렇다면
is stopping us from making the same
똑같은
choice.
선택을 내리겠지.
We could
이
just
짓을
keep doing
영원히
this forever.
반복하게 될지도 몰라. 다른 방법은 없는 거야?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
그럼 해보자.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
사랑해가 있네. 사랑해.
Oh, I love you too.
You're on
그거.
in the woods.
이거
At
계속
the
하는
end of
거야?
that path
계속 하는
is a
거야.
cabin,
다시
and
처음에
in that you're
왔어요.
here to slay her.
처음 왔어요. 뭐야? 뭐야? 튕기는데? 왜 튕겼지? 어떻게 이게 사랑에 관한 이야기지? 전 아직 사랑을 잘 모르나 봐요. 나는 사랑을 아직 몰라. 조금 더 기다려.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
아까 단검 가져갔었나? 아까 단검 가져가서 주는 거지? 불러오기.
No blade it is. Have you given up on slaying her? The stairs. Do you remember the first time
We both know why you're
It sounded just... And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, hands empty. And here I thought you wanted to kill me. Are you getting cold? Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
대화하는 선택지밖에 없네. 아까랑 똑같네. 우리 그냥 떠나는 건 어때? 근데 이것도 저장해놓자. 혹시 모르니까.
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I
이
don't.
오두막
I
바깥에
don't even know
뭐가
what's
있는지
supposed to be
알아?
outside
난
other than
몰라.
us. What would even happen if
떠나는
we
게
leave?
무슨
What would that
의미고
even
우리가
mean?
떠나면 무슨 일이 생길까?
Okay then.
뭐야 이 녀석 왜 얼굴을 붉히냐고.
Think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
공주 한 개 떠난다. 손에 맞잡은 채로 당신과 공주는 마지막으로 지하실 떠난다. 계단을 올라가자 평생 폭력과 위협과 목소리로 가득했던 공간에 편안한 정적이 흐른다. 하지만 그 정적에 무언가 힘이 담겨있다. 미지에 대한 기대감이다. 계단의 끝에서 공주가 멈춰선다. 시선은 오두막 문을 향해 고정되어 있다. 그녀의 손이 떨리는 것이 느껴진다. 공주의 짧고 긴 삶들의 여정 속에서 그녀는 처음으로 자신을 확신하지 못한다. 그녀는 더 이상 맡아야 할 역할이 없다. 그럼에도 그녀는 여전히 공주이다. 이내 그녀는 문을 향해 나아간다. 대뜸 듯이 당신의 손을 끌어당긴다.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
사랑해.
I love you too.
이게 약간 그나마 행복해 보이는 엔딩 같은데? 뭔가 같이 신이 되어서.
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
그냥 바로 끝나는구나. 문을 연과 동시에. 볼 수 있는 게 왜 이렇게 많아? 준비됐어?
Of course I am.
이거 통했구나. 도와줘요. 도와줘요. 그럼 다 볼만한 거 봤나? 여기는 끝인 것 같고. 이건 탐색이라서 어차피 떠나는 걸 것 같아. 그쵸? 근데 이거 하면 자꾸 튕기네? 킹로드 하면? 롤롤롤롤 롤롤롤롤. 진짜 마지막으로 하나만 골라봅시다. 마지막. 여기 거는 다 본 거 같고 여기서 하나 보자. 아까 뭐였지? 죽인다를 바로 안 하고 뭐 떠날 준비가 돼서 이거 해갖고 넘어간 건가? 아니야. 넌
What I offer you
아이고.
is not perspective.
제가 당신을 관찰하고자 하는 건 관점이 아니에요. 진실이죠.
Whatever you're trying to do right
넌
now,
혼자가
you don't
아니야.
have
이거 아까 그 녀석이잖아.
I don't think that's wrong, but there's still a piece of me.
It's time to resume.
나 혼자서도 할 수
You
있어.
can't, and lucky for you, I'm not going to let you try.
아니, 넌 못해. 뭐라고? 그러면 왜 이런 스택지가 있어? 에이, 아까 거기구나. 그럼 저번에 그냥 여기 오두막을 다시 오게 하는
And here we are.
엔딩인가 보다. 그죠? 여기 답정나네요, 여기는.
That's probably for the best. The stairs.
Have you?
It sounded... And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there, you'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
죽이는 거 했었고. 여기서 다른 거 골라가지고 올라간 건가? 미안해. 미안해.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build
당신
without
없이
me,
어떤 세상을 만들든
I hope it
그거
works
어떻게
out.
말할게.
despite our differences, I
우린 많이
always
달랐지만 나
loved you,
항상 당신을
and I wish you
사랑했어.
nothing but the best.
당신에게 좋은 일만 있기를.
She's gone.
또 갔네.
It's quiet here.
해봐. 대화하고 찔리는 거 다시 봐보자고? 방금 거에서 뭘 할 수 있었나?
He's gone. I am Savoy's here.
단검을 가지고 가져와서 찔려주는 그런 선택지가 있어?
That's probably for the stairs.
We both know why.
It sounded... And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Now you'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go? No. I feel like I'm myself again.
난 아무도 해치고 싶지 않아.
Honestly, me neither.
이제 어쩌지?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife.
같이
How
생각해보는
about we
어때?
figure something? What if we tried doing this forever?
반복한다면
So
어때?
make me put it all back. Make me send us back to the beginning.
Can she really do that?
아, 여기서 찌르는 건가? 아까 본 엔딩은 계획에 동의해서 무한 루프 되는 거였어. 아, 그러니까 그 일장으로 돌아간 다음에 죽여보자 이 얘기구나. 여기 엔딩에 따로 선택지가 있는 게 아니라 그 돌아가는 엔딩을 본 다음에 한번 죽여보자 이 얘기구나.
Okay, if this is your choice, then she takes the blame.
Oh,
You're on a path.
그냥 오두막에 가면 끝이네. 이게 아예 누르지 않아서. 궁금증이 해결됐어요. 자, 슬레이더 프린세스였습니다. 되게 특이한 게임이었어요. 사실 이 게임을 100% 이해했다고 하긴 좀 어렵지만 굉장히 특이한 게임이네요. 엔딩이 되게 많은 게 게임의 특징인 것 같습니다.